reality. What do spirits say? What do spirits say in the darkest days? What do spirits say?
Welcome back for game number 2 here, the match number 6 in this ILT20 development tournament. It's going to be Blitzers versus Thunderbolts. There's going to be a lot of blitz and a lot of thunder in this particular game, live from the ICC Cricket Academy. Well, we've had a great game of cricket, the first one today. The second one is going to set up into an exciting fashion as well. Talking about exciting, it's always exciting to come in and talk with Rashid Mohammed. Welcome back.
Thank you, Faizan. It's always a pleasure sharing the comm box with you. Match number 6, this is going to be a very interesting game. Both very strong teams out there, Blitzers and Thunderbolts. Well, let's not waste any more time. Let's head down to the sidelines where we've got Abdurrahman with the 2 captains for the all-important toss.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to match number 6 between the 2 unbeaten teams so far, the Blitzers and the Thunderbolts. I've got the 2 captains with me, Ali Abid of the Blitzers, Thunderbolts, led by Rohan Mustafa, and the match referee, Mr. Iftikhar Ali. We're here for the toss, so let's get going. Ali will flip the coin. Tails is the call.
It is tail.
And it is tails. Rohan Mustafa has called correctly. Rohan Mustafa, what will you be doing?
They will bat first.
Rohan Mustafa wants them to bat first. Any particular reason for that?
I think as we saw all the matches, everyone was love to chase because you know the target and it's quite easy to because it's not that much easy, but you know the situation all that time, and we won last match while chasing, so I think it will be a best option for us to chase.
Any changes in the team?
Yeah, Rahul Bhatia is in place of left arm fast bowler. I don't know name. क्या नाम था भूल गया मुझे.
It's all right, man. We'll update the team. Thank you so much. Ali Abid, आप लोग क्या करते हैं?
हम क्या पहले बॉलिंग ही करने वाले थे, लेकिन ये है कि कंडीशन दोनों के लिए सेम रहेंगी तो इट डजंट मैटर.
ये लास्ट मैच में आप लोगों का कॉन्फिडेंस काफ़ी हाई था, मगर रन चेस में थोड़ा सा स्लो हो गए. इसको चेंज करने का कोई ऑप्शन?
नहीं, वो हम खुद से ही हुए थे क्योंकि लो स्कोरिंग मैच था तो आराम से खेल रहे थे. तो कोई यही था कि वो जो सेकंड पावर प्ले था वो यूज़ कर सके. अनफॉर्चुनेटली वैसा नहीं हुआ, तो कोशिश करेंगे कि आज अच्छा खेलें.
एनी चेंजेस इन द साइड?
एक चेंज है बस, उज़ैर बादशाह इन्हें जवाद लगी जगह पे.
Wish you all the best. Do well. Well, there you have it. The news from the middle here is that Rohan Mustafa has won the toss and invited the Blitzers to bat first.
That is the news from the middle here, that the Blitzers are going to bat first on the invitation from Rohan Mustafa. Those are the 2 sides. Let's take a look at the Blitzers who are going to bat first. Ali Abid, the captain of the side, along with Aryan Lakra. Ethan D'Souza is in the side as well. Matiullah Khan, Mohammad Jawadullah, Mohammad Nadeem, Mohammad Kamran Atta, Mohammad Uzair Khan, Mohammad Zubair Khan, Usman Khan and Uzair Bacha. And that looks like a very settled team with all those Mohammads in between.
Oh yeah, it's a very strong side, the Blitzers. But take nothing away from Thunderbolts. This has been a very good tournament for them. They were wonderful in the first game. Ansh Tandon, what a knock he played. A match-winning knock, and he's at their top Dawood Ijaz, he'll be keeping wickets. Hassan Isakhil, very promising youngster. Luqman Hazrat, he's been superb. Shahbaz Ali, well, what a find he's been in this tournament. Rahul Bhatia makes his way into the 11 as well. Ramesh Shahzad. Rohan Mustafa, the captain. Sagar Kalyan will open the innings. Simranjit Singh, well, I think he was very impressive. Bowled just 2 overs, gave away 4 runs. And that is where I think Rohan Mustafa needs to use him more often. Umar Ali Khan, we know him being the prime all-rounder for the Thunderbolts. So this is going to be a cracker of a game.
Yeah, it's a good inclusion in the side, Rahul Bhatia coming in, because we have seen wrist spinners bowling really well on this wicket. And the spinners, addition of a spinner is a very good thing. There you go, Rahul Bhatia on the screen, and I think he's going to start the proceedings as well for his side. So a very good inclusion in this side.
Oh yeah, this is a big move, very courageous move coming in from Rohan Mustafa to give the ball to the youngster, to the debutant for the tournament. Rahul Bhatia, he's very impressive, he's very experienced as well, been around the circuit for quite a while. He's also part of that squad in the D tournaments for a number of teams, so he's got all that experience, and he'll be up against Usman Khan. I think the reason why he's been given the new ball is that Usman Khan likes pace early on, so Rohan Mustafa knows him pretty well, wants to take away that equation.
Yeah, that is correct. And I think, the way Usman went about things, that showed maturity as well. And I'm sure that he's going to play the sheath anchor role today as well. He's going to try and play the full quota of 20 overs. First up. Nicely bowled, back of the leg delivery. And confidently played.
Yeah, very watchfully played there by Usman Khan. And like you mentioned, he's going to probably be that stalwart in this batting order. Hold it together and make sure they get a good partnership, especially in these first 6 overs.
Slippy taken off on the very first ball. Usman goes big on the leg side this time around. 1 bounce into the fence for 4. If you deviate from your line and length, he's going to do that to you all day long.
Yeah, that's a very good shot. Very confident shot coming in from Usman. Slight deviation, like you mentioned, was down the leg side, and he's brought in that sweep shot. He plays so well. He's very strong off square of the wicket here, Usman.
Certainly a good shot getting under it. Always playing it in the air. And he knew exactly where the fielders were. And again down the leg side, and again the same result. It's going to be a couple of boundaries back to back.
That's a flying start for the Blitzers here. Usman Khan, he's not going to miss out. That was a hit me delivery. And straight away, look at that. Bounces onto that one and hits it in the gap.
Yeah, brilliant work. There you go, the second one. Convincing batting from Usman. He's a brilliant batter, one of the finest in this tournament.
And pressure straight away on Rahul Bhatia. That's a better delivery. Very good comeback. And very smart, intelligent batting here by Usman Khan. After hitting those couple of boundaries, he's made sure that he gets to the other end.
Very good, positive start. He started in a different fashion in the last game. Was blocking too many deliveries. At one point, he was on 1 of 9 balls. And today, he's on 9 of just 4. So he is a brilliant player who plays according to the situation of the game.
Yeah, and he plays according to the merit of the delivery as well. If you give him anything down the leg side, he's not going to miss out. Kamran Atta for the first time against Rahul Bhatia. Well, that's not a confident start for Kamran. Wasn't there to go on to the back foot. Very, very lucky. That could have easily crashed onto the stumps.
I think they should have a slip at least for Kamran Atta in the first few overs. They took the slip out right after the first ball. They still need to keep a slip. Nicely bowled, nicely played, but straight to the fielder again. That concludes the over. The first one gone. It's 9 on board without loss. Hazrat Luqman is going to come in from the other end. A new look bowler. Literally. Cut his hair.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight as well. Shedded a lot of pounds. He's looking fitter and meaner now.
Nicely bowled straight to the fielder once again. Usman would try to build up on his innings and take his time and settle down. We had seen that in the last game as well. But there was a difference there. He was chasing in that game. He knew exactly what the target was. He could pace his innings well. This time around, they need to set a target. He needs to play a knock that Asif Khan played in the first game for Braves, where he scored 87, kept on going, and then unleashed in the last overs. But I think he has different ideas altogether. Swinging away from him. It wasn't all that bad a delivery, but a stand and deliver shot.
That's a wonderful shot. It was way outside off stump, allowing Usman Khan to free his arms. And look at that. That hand-eye coordination is just superb for Usman Khan. He'll keep playing that day in, day out, away from the fielders. And that's earned him his third boundary. We're just into the third over and he's hit 3 boundaries already. That shows you the class of this man. What a fantastic player he is.
Absolutely amazing to see him bat. Watching him gives me great pleasure all the time. Oh, beautiful delivery. Peach of a ball. Hit him as well. Coming in with the arm and moving away just at the last moment. If you can trouble Usman, then you can trouble anyone in the world.
Well, that was a superb delivery. And straight away he's called for the physio. Has probably hit him on his thigh.
That bone just above your thigh. That is a very, very painful blow, I can tell you this.
Yeah, and with the pace Hazrat Luqman is bowling with, that was a beautiful delivery. Just swinging away at the last minute to the right-hander. The 2 umpires officiating in today's game, Nadeem Anjum and Umar Farooq, very experienced. But what a start this has been for the Blitzers. We know under lights, it gets slightly better to bat. And Usman Khan, well, he's taking full advantage of that. Not very good bowling. All the 3 boundaries that have been hit were of poor deliveries. First it was Rahul Bhatia, 2 down the leg side. And that Hazrat Luqman delivery was way outside off stump. You can't bowl around that channel to somebody like Usman Khan, who devours that area.
Yeah, Usman sometimes makes decent deliveries look bad as well. You know, it wasn't all that bad, just back of the length and then moving away, shaping away. For any other batter, that might have been a good delivery. For someone like Usman, who has all the time in the world, you just cannot discount him. Well, we have seen 3 boundaries in this game till now, and this is how they came. This is the first one on the second ball, then the third ball of the first over, and then Luqman, look at that ball. It wasn't all that bad. It was just a great shot from a great batter.
Yeah, when it goes for a boundary, it always turns out to be a bad ball.
You have to prove your point any which way. Well, we are all set for the next delivery here. Usman is ready and beautiful delivery. That was a Jaffa, a peach of a ball here.
That's a wonderful delivery, and that is what Hafiz Almas was doing in the previous game. He was getting that ball to seam away at the last minute, and that is what Hazrat Luqman is relying on. That is a much better delivery because he's starting on the stumps and just moving away. So Usman has to play at them.
And it was much fuller as well comparatively on that ball that got a boundary.
So a better delivery compared to the one that went for a boundary, which wasn't such a good delivery.
I won't concede. I still feel it was a decent ball. It wasn't all that great a delivery. But yeah, Usman makes even decent balls look bad.
Well, let's ask our viewers. Oh, top edge. That's flown away over the keeper's head for a boundary. That's a streaky boundary, but Usman Khan will take it.
Yeah, certainly. Another good delivery. Just back of the length this time around, into the off stump and moving away just at the last moment. Got some kick off the wicket as well. It was a very similar delivery to the one he hit it to the boundary for a 4.
This one getting a little more bounce there. Hurrying on to Usman Khan as well. And that's a boundary. That'll be 4 runs on the book. So doesn't matter how they come, as long as they keep coming. 17 on the board after 11 deliveries. Well, let's ask our viewers if they think there was a bad delivery or a good shot.
Oh, nicely bowled again into the stumps. Well defended. And this is where he's really good, Usman. After hitting a 4, he takes a single. That ends the over as well. It's a decent start for Blitzers here. 2 overs gone, 18 without loss. Umair Ali Khan coming in to bowl the third over here. So no Rahul Bhatia to continue from this end. He might just be a very good bowler on a wicket like this.
Yeah, he's very decent, Umair Ali Khan. And I think that experiment of bowling Rahul Bhatia has backfired for Ron Mustafa, and he's got back to his medium pacer. Umair Ali Khan, very decent. He's got that ability to change his pace. But I think Usman Khan looks a little uncomfortable out there. That running wasn't all that good from him. Probably after being hit on that bone, it might be just troubling him.
Certainly, it stings a lot. That was a stinger. Nicely bowled again, back of the length. What I like about Umair Ali Khan, he doesn't have the pace and he knows it. He bowls well within himself. He doesn't try too many things, especially at the start of his spell. He would bowl a cutter or two, but he mainly bowls well within himself, trusting the wicket to give him some purchase.
Yeah, he needs to do that. Can't bowl wide to Kamran Atta, who's very strong through the offside. But that is where he can probably pick his wicket as well. Give him that delivery outside off stump. Let him go for that flashy drive. Because they need a wicket here. They need to break this partnership. Put pressure on Usman Khan.
Look at that. Nicely bowled again onto that off-stump channel. The channel of uncertainty. You don't know whether to come forward or to go back on that delivery. Outside the off-stump this time. And it's been straight batted down the ground for another 4.
Well, what a way to get off the mark for Kamran Atta. Wasn't a good delivery. A half-tracker really. But he's played it to the safest part of the ground over the bowler's head for a boundary. This is a good start for Kamran Atta and a brilliant start for the Blitzers.
Yeah, this was a tennis forearm coming in from Kamran Atta. And one of the safest places to play that shot as well. Well done, well played. Read the length really quickly. Had the room to free his arms as well.
Thank you.
This one is up in the air and lands in no man's land and trickling towards the fence. Well done. Good job there from Hassan Isa Khail. And it's going to be only a 2.
So yeah, they're taking their chances here, and rightly so. We're into the batting power play. So they'll have only 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. And Kamran Atta is taking full advantage of that.
I think Kamran Atta is a very good opening partner for someone like Usman. Because he gives Usman that cushion as well to take singles and to keep the strike rotating. And that doesn't put a lot of pressure on Usman. We'll continue with that thought in just a little bit. It's 3 overs gone. Decent start for Blitzers here. 25 without loss. Hazrat Luqman to continue here. His figures might not tell you how good an over he bowled the first one. And nicely bowled in the air. Falling short of third man.
Yeah, that's a very good delivery. He's getting that extra bit of bounce which is troubling Usman Khan, and that is the reason why I would probably want to see a gully in place, because he doesn't stop from himself from playing that shot away from the body, cuts it, and with the way Hazrat Luqman is getting that ball to bounce, that can be a chance. And I think against Usman Khan, you need to get him out early. Once he settles down, he doesn't give away his wicket too easily.
Yeah, that is true. Any batter in the world is a little susceptible when he starts his innings. Nicely bowled, edged, going towards the boundary and would beat the fielder for more.
A lucky shot once again. That took the outside edge, and now you question Rohan Mustafa's tactics. You've got a bowler who's taking it away from the right-hander. Get a slip in place, get a gully in place, set aggressive fields for them. Oh, that was 4 all the way as soon as it took the outside edge. So they're getting runs here, 30 of them in just 3.2. This is one of the best starts to the power play overs in this tournament.
I said it in the first over itself that they should have a slip at least for Kamran Atta. They would have got his man, got their man. Oh, beautiful delivery once again. He's bowling some great deliveries. Luqman hasn't been rewarded for it yet.
Yeah, Rohan Mustafa can be reactive. bring a slip in now because he's still getting that ball to seam away from the right-hander. And I think there's no feet movement whatsoever from Kamran Atta. That's how he plays. He relies a lot on his hand-eye coordination. And a slip in place would definitely put pressure on him.
And again, trying to make room this time around. And a swing and a miss. Beautiful over this. You've seen some beautiful deliveries. Back-to-back 3 balls. One of them took an edge, went to the boundary. And these two beating the bat.
Yeah, very convincingly beating Kamran Atta. He was nowhere close to the delivery. I think this has been a very good spell of fast bowling by the speedster. Steaming in and really bending his back. He's got a beautiful action and a very good follow through as well. Very smooth.
Nicely played this time around. A punch through the offside. Not wholeheartedly played, but it'll still have enough legs to get him 2 runs here. In fact, that's 3 runs. That's good running between the wickets.
Poor fielding effort there by the youngster Hassani Sakhel. Very casual in his approach. And Usman Khan, well, with his caliber, he picked it very early and made sure that he took 3 runs off that. Look at that running between the wickets. He was slow to start with. And then as soon as he realized that the fielder is being casual about that, he went for the 3rd. Very good running between the wickets.
A good match awareness. That's been my favorite word in this tournament. Because that's something that you need on a wicket like this. Nicely bowled, banged in shot, surprised him. And he was a little too late on that shot.
I think they need to bowl that more often. He's got that those shots that he plays. Usman Khan will talk about them in the next over. That's the single to end it. 34 done after 4.
Shehbaz has the ball in his hand for the very first time in this game. He bowled really well in the last game for the Thunderbolts. He needs to bowl well in this game as well. They're looking for a wicket here. Trying to rotate the bowlers. Bringing about changes. Because this is a very good start for the Blitzers here. Usman on 21 or 14 looking dangerous as ever. Kamran Atta lucky in that last over. Has gone to 13 of 11 deliveries with a couple of 4s as well. In comes Shehbaz. Nicely bowled again. Good bit of batting from Usman Khan. Takes a single. That is what you need to do when you don't get boundary deliveries.
Yeah, that's very smart batting, very intelligent batting. He's making sure that he keeps rotating strike. And Shehbaz is a very smart bowler, like you mentioned. He's got a lot of skill behind him. He'll make sure that he bangs it in the right areas and not give any width to them.
Not just skill, he has the right mindset as well for a bowler, I think. He's very calm, composed, always calculating. That is what I feel when I look at him. And that is a big virtue to have. Oh, got him. Got the man. What a delivery that was. Coming in with the arm, leaving him just at the last moment off the wicket. Beautiful ball to get Kamran Atta.
Yeah, Kamran Atta was tested in the previous over by Azrul Luqman. No feet movement once again. And that's the reason why that's been his downfall. That's a brilliant delivery by Shehbaz. Beautifully done, and they've got the breakthrough. Big wicket. Kamran Atta walking back. 13 of 12 for him. 2 boundaries in that innings. 35 for the loss of 1 after 4.3.
Mohammad Nadeem is the new batter coming out to bat at number 3. He has yielded a lot of runs in the last tournament that he batted on number 3 position, and he was in the same team as Usman as well. So he has been pretty good in prolific form, but I don't genuinely feel that this is his number on a wicket like this.
Yeah, they both of them play for the same domestic team, so they know each other's game pretty well. There's a slight change in the field, probably getting that gully in or a slip. Yes, there's a slip in place, and rightly so. Shahbaz is bowling a brilliant spell here. Just 3 deliveries into his spell and he's picked up a wicket. Better delivery, very good delivery, right on the money and well defended by Nadeem. Well, he's been playing at that position for his domestic side in the recent past. Probably that's the reason why he's been brought in. But talk about that delivery, Faizan.
What a ball. That was a Jaffa. Coming in with the arm, holding its line, playing all around it. Kamran Atta had no idea how to play that.
Top of off stump. That is a fast bowler's delight, isn't it? That is what you work so hard for. Sound of timber is what gets you going.
A very nice celebration coming in from Shahbaz, who usually doesn't really show his emotions a lot. He enjoyed that one.
Yeah, when you get that kind of a delivery to a right-hander, I think you deserve a lot more. He's very sedate in his celebrations normally. But this has been a good comeback now. Thunderbolts need to make a comeback into this game. Otherwise, Blitzers are looking very comfortable, especially with Usman still out there. Tries to go for that shot and connects well in the gap as well. Was in the air, but picked the gap perfectly for a boundary.
Yeah, that was a half volley. That was there to be hit. He got the chance to free his arms as well because of the width on that ball. Not a good delivery. You can't bowl there to a new batter, especially a batter of Nadeem's caliber and form.
Suddenly that swing is gone. That seam movement is gone away from Shahbaz as soon as Mohammad Nadeem has come in. So probably trying to pull a little too hard here or trying a little too much. That's a better delivery. Right on the stumps. Good comeback. And that will be the end of the over. A good one from Shahbaz. He's managed to break that partnership. 5 overs done. 39 for 1. And that'll call a change in the voices in the com box. To take you through the next 5, it's going to be Abdur Rahman alongside Ahmed Khwaja.
Thank you very much, Rashid and Fazan. Hazrat Luqman continues. That's a spitting cobra of a delivery. Just about managed by Usman Khan. Somehow, he's guided it towards long leg. They will pick up a couple, but Hazrat Luqman hitting that seam is getting a lot of response from this pitch.
Yeah, Hazrat Luqman quite quick. He looks sharp, looks fit as well. Again, one of those guys who's coming back from an injury break. Even though he's gone for a few runs, you won't mind that one bit.
Yeah, he had a very impressive IL campaign for the Dubai Capitals. Not been retained though, so he has something to prove. That has been slammed over the covers by Usman Khan. Glorious stuff.
Well, the only respite for Hazrat Luqman is that was the bigger boundary. That could have easily sailed over the ropes. Charging down the track to the fast bowler and gets a very good connection. Usman Khan's run of form continues.
He created that length, skipping down the track, made it a half volley. Great intent, great balance. The timing is supreme. He will certainly be one of the hottest properties in that UAE player draft for the upcoming ILT20. Any side that has him in their ranks, Abdur Rahman, will have a serious player, a gun player.
Yeah, especially the openers. We've seen the damage Mohammad Waseem can do up top. He's very much in the similar mold. Again charging down the track. This time pulling his length back a little bit, Luqman, and also slowing it down a bit.
Yeah, Usman will be disappointed he missed out. It was short and wide. And that's what he did. He created that length for himself. just couldn't quite execute. A hint of away movement. And the only way to get on top of Usman Khan is just to get him out. You can't let him occupy the crease. He'll take the game away from you.
Yeah, if he bats out 35, 40 deliveries, you won't be surprised if that's a triple figure score for him.
So the Thunderbolts need to make something happen. Good delivery, pitched up within the stumps. Chance for a run out, and he's missed. Hazrat Luqman. Usman Khan lost his footing, and all three stumps were at his mercy.
Well, Hazrat Luqman had a lot more time than he thought he did. Just threw it blindly. Mohammad Usman lost his bat. Was not anywhere near that popping crease. Have a look at this. Running on the middle, slipping. And Hazrat Luqman, he had all the time in the world, didn't he?
Oh, that was a big opportunity. That was an opportunity and a half. Hazrat Luqman, just that speed of thought. Cut away in the air and taken. Straight to Sagar Kalyan at backward point. So Hazrat Luqman gets his man.
Well, no damage done in the end. And Usman Khan may be a bit flustered because of that run-out chance. He wasn't in his right frame of mind. And that's what's happened. It's a hit-me ball, isn't it? Outside off stump. Could have crashed it anywhere. Found Sagar Kalyan. And he's done really well. And a sund-off and a wink.
Well, all in good spirits. All in good fun. But that's a big blow to the Blitzers. Usman Khan gone for 28. 45 for 2.
Well, it's the captain walking out, Ali Abid at number 4. Nadeem getting a promotion. And he's got his work cut out now, Ali Abid.
Yeah, very solid batter. Temperamentally strong. Based on that very compact technique. So the Thunderbolts have struck 2 big blows in the power play. It's just evened out the affair. And this man on screen, he's been working really hard. Hazrat Luqman looking super sleek, super fit. It's a very humid evening out here at the ICC Academy. Slip in place. Just fended at that ball. That's a cracking over that comes to an end. So the end of the power play. The Blitzers 46 for 2. So even Stevens, I would say, after 6 overs, Abdur Rahman.
Yeah, 46 is not a bad start in the power play. We've seen that average score somewhere between 40 to 45. And Rohan Mustafa comes in to bowl. As soon as the power play restrictions are lifted, he's going to have a big role to play with the ball.
He certainly will. That super bowler option he took yesterday backfired big time. Asif Khan looted him for 27 runs, so he has to certainly pull up his socks. Good delivery, just a hint of grip off the surface. And Ali Abid slightly nervous.
A good field placing. A fielder at square leg in the circle. That's the wicket then. Good catch taken. That was coming at knots towards Sagar Kalyan. Held on nicely.
Squirted away behind point. Nice wrist work by Ali Abid. Sagar Kalyan, you mentioned him. Another very exciting batting talent in the UAE. If he has a good IL tournament, I'm sure a lot of the franchises will be taking a look at him.
Yeah, he's one of the top 5 openers in the domestic circuit for me. Got a big role to play with the bat for the Thunderbolts.
Rohan Mustafa getting stuck into his duties. Mohammad Nadeem, he does love to go after the spinners. So Rohan Mustafa, his length has to be very, very precise.
He has chosen the end with the bigger leg side boundary. Makes a lot of sense with the ball coming into the right-hander.
Dawood Ijaz, the wicketkeeper, nicely bowled once again. We've seen Rohan bowl some off-break in this tournament. Purely based on the nature of the wicket, he can bowl those seam-up deliveries as well. Beautifully glided behind point. Mohammad Nadeem, we know about his power, but that was touch and placement.
Well, you were talking about the pace of Rohan Mustafa. Slightly quicker, trying to get that ball to dart in. But he gave width, and that was the important part, and beautiful from Nadeem. Just as Ahmed Khwaja said, not just power, but finesse as well from the right-hander.
50 raised for the Blitzers in decent time. Overcorrecting, he plonks that front foot down. So a steady over from Rohan, not too bad, apart from that one boundary delivery. 51 for 2. So it's going to be spin from both ends. Left arm orthodox Simranjeet Singh. He bowled really well in that game versus the Braves, but only got 2 overs that day.
Well, I'll tell you what. Mohammad Nadeem against the left arm spinner with the shorter leg side boundary. Don't be surprised if that first ball goes for 6. That's a trademark of that land. And Ali Abid will consider that option. Take a single, get to the other end and see some fireworks.
Yeah, it's all about the dimensions, all about the angles. You have to get the ends for your spinners in particular right here at the ICC Academy. Otherwise, that ball will travel, and it may travel a fair distance. So Simranjeet has to be careful. Oh, leading edge. Hint of grip off the surface.
Oh, very
Beautiful.
well bowled. Very well bowled indeed. The perfect left armer's delivery. Coming in, then going away from the right-hander.
More of a natural player of pace is Ali Abid. He likes to stay still on that back foot. So if the left-hand spinner can get that arm ball, or maybe just to grip and turn, like that previous delivery, beautiful bowling here.
That's why I would like to see Ali Abid come in at number 3. I know Nadeem is a powerhouse. He can hit the ball hard, but Ali Abid just looks like that natural number 3. Play the pace bowlers and then settle in.
Once again, decent effort of his own. Bowling, just letting that ball skip past him. And here we go. The matchup with the big unit. Mohammad Nadeem on strike now.
Everybody just on the edge of their seats here, I'll tell you that. We've seen so much of Mohammad Nadeem.
And he loves batting here at the ICC Academy. He has piled on the runs. And immediately Simranjeet reacting. Doesn't want to bowl in his hitting arc.
You can see from the wind-up as well from Nadeem, he was ready. That bat, that back foot all the way up in the air.
Yeah, that bat looks like a log in his hand, to be honest. And he was also winding up. He wanted to send it towards us in the comm box. Thankfully, just a single.
Massive backlift. He's ready. Keep an eye out. But so far, really well bowled from Simranjeet. He's playing his percentages, keeping that ball outside off stump.
Yeah, so far, so good. Abid looking to take a chance as well, but that's beautiful bowling once again. Just the inner half of the blade. So the Thunderbolts, they're sitting in well here, building that dot ball pressure.
Yeah, good over so far. Good over so far. But can the Blitzers make one last blitz here? Oh, he's pulled out again. This is very good from Simranjeet. You have to say that he is taking charge of the situation at the moment, not getting flustered by Mohammad Nadeem.
You certainly have to be very, very astute against him. He goes for that heave, not connecting. The length wasn't quite there.
Well, the difference is the wicket as well, isn't it, Ahmed? Nadeem used to batting on some of the flat decks, playing through the line and even across the line. It's not easy on this ICC Academy strip.
And we've seen 150, 160 is a winning score. So you don't need to really pile it on. Oh, that's a brilliant over. Well bowled, Simranjeet. You did a really good job so far. 56 for 2. Match number 6 of the ILT20 Development Tournament in progress. Two of the sides with the higher billing taking on each other. Blitzers versus the Thunderbolts. Rohan Mustafa now switching to around the wicket. Interesting move. Just perhaps wants to get that ball to slide across the right-hander. Bowling good areas.
He's so experienced, Rohan Mustafa. Has played cricket on almost every ground here in the UAE, against every player in the UAE as well.
Big heave towards cow corner. That's a monstrous 6 from Mohammad Nadeem.
Well, this is game number 6. But I tell you what, I don't think there's going to be a bigger 6 than this one. Tournament 6 number 41. And that's probably 141 meters.
That is absolutely huge. Way, way out of the park. There is no return address on that one. And new balls, please. That's all I can say.
Well, we are using the high-end Kookaburra balls here. And that is going to be one expensive hit. I don't think anybody's going to find that ball. Whoever is going to keep it in their car.
Well, sometimes you should be given more than 6. Maybe an 8 or a 10. Because that was a big hit from the big number 10. Oh, edged away. That was millimeters away from the stumps. He squeezed it away somehow for 4.
Oh, it's a lucky knock so far, but it's a good one. Nadeem enjoying himself against Rohan Mustafa. That ball just about missed that off stump, got the outside edge and raced away for a boundary.
Well, this is a fun tussle going on now between Rohan and Nadeem. The leg side. That was not a great delivery. Got away with it. Went straight to that fine leg. Otherwise, a yard either side of him, that would have been 4. Beautiful punch off the back foot. But fine, Simranjeet. That ball is coming onto the bat very nicely here, Abdurrahman.
I'll tell you what, we are sitting quite a distance away from the ground in an enclosed room, and I heard that knock after his bat.
Oh, rank long hop pulled away and beats the square leg. Poor over from Rohan Mustafa. They've taken 15 off it in the end. 71 for 2. The Blitzers are on the move. Well, they are persisting with Simranjeet. And he bowled a very good first over. But you're really asking for trouble, Abdurrahman.
I'm not sure about this tactic. Might still pull it off, Simranjeet. But bowling to that shorter boundary with Nadeem on strike in full flow, that's just asking for trouble.
Well, trouble is Mohammad Nadeem. 21 of 14. And once again, just trying to keep him away from bludgeoning that ball over the rope, especially towards that leg side. You can place all the fielders you like, but if he connects, it's going to land on the highway. And so far, well, Well, that's a wide. Well, I feel that is harsh because there was genuine turn there.
Umpire Umar Farooq, one of the better ones. And yeah, just about over that white line. Nadeem not moving as well. But this time he does move around a bit. Slower, loopy delivery, gets a lot of turns. Simranjeet.
He's showing a lot of bravery for sure. And so far, so good. But only one legal delivery bowl. That's the headache. Let's see. Maybe he can just pry him out here as well. Inside edge onto the boot. That could have gone anywhere, including the sticks.
Well, I'm very surprised at Nadeem's approach. He has a very good extra cover loft shot as well. Not sure why he's trying to drag that ball from outside off stump.
You're absolutely right. I think he's in his own mind that he wants to go hard after the spinners. There is that push off the back foot. So he's gotten him off strike at the very least.
Well, the trouble will continue. Ali Abid getting that boundary against Ron Mustafa as well. He'll be supremely confident. Had a good knock the last game. The captain of the Blitzers as well.
Oh, he's a quality player. Doing the rounds and the practice squads for the UAE as well. So they're certainly keeping an eye on him. Nasty ball once again. Simranjeet yet to concede a boundary in his 10 legal deliveries. That's a mighty effort against these two.
Yeah, but the score for the Blitzers looking good. 75 for 2 at the halfway stage. A good platform for them to get to that 160, 165 mark.
Big shot down the ground, but it's not a great connection. But it will still, has it beaten the long off? Ansh Tandon, I think he's done well there. I think he's made the stop.
Yeah, he looks confident. Hasn't given any signal to the umpire. They will have a look. But this is what we were talking about. Nadeem so strong straight down the ground, over long off as well. Didn't get a lot of connection, but even then the ball was racing to the boundary. And a good effort there from Ansh Tandon.
Well, Ansh is an honest, gentlemanly chap. I'm sure if it was 4, he would signal it. But we will rely on our cameras. Difficult stop to make. Gave it his all, but it is 4. Yep, that has just caressed the boundary rope. And that will be a boundary to Nadeem. Great effort though. But the short straight boundary, very difficult to stop. If Nadeem even makes half a decent connection. None for 13 is still not bad at all.
Yeah,
Final delivery, he needs to get away with it.
yeah, he needs to end the over well. As they say, 26 of 18 for Nadeem. He's on the charge. Ominous signs here for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I think they have to go back to their paces for sure. Beautiful cut, but straight to the point fielder. Couldn't hit the gap. So at the halfway mark, this game is evenly poised. 79 for 2. And we'll have a change in the comm box as Mohammad Rashid and Faizan Khan come back into the piece.
79 for 2 after 10. This has been a good comeback by the Thunderbolts. Taking that wicket of Usman Khan in the middle. Kamran Natta was the first one to go. And it's going to be Rahul Bhatia to come in to bowl his second over. And to join me in the comm box, it's going to be Faizan Khan.
Thank you so much, Rashid.
The first delivery, Ali Abid has smacked him down the ground. They've got protection. Ramiz Shahzad will only be a single. But I think both of these batters have made up their mind that they're going to go after the spinners.
Yeah, they're looking good. They're going at 8 runs and over. And from here on, you can expect them to make another 100 runs. So 180 hasn't been achieved in this tournament yet.
It's always the first time for everything. Meanwhile, this is played in the air and in the gap. And that's gone all the way for a maximum. That wasn't from the middle of the bat, which is why it's just landed on the boundary hoardings.
Yeah, for a moment, both Nadeem and I thought that this was not of the middle of the bat and it was going straight to hand. He waited for that, patiently waiting for it, nervous energy showing in that kind of shot. But what a nice hit.
Yeah, the good thing about that was he hit it straight. That's a good comeback delivery by Rahul Bhatia. But I think they have to be consistent with their line and length. They have to bowl in the right channels and let Nadeem and the other batters try to go big.
Yeah, certainly. And I think Nadeem, is making me eat my words as well. Again, in the air. Has he timed it? I think he has. That's a very, very good shot. Because there was some bounce in the ball as well. As I was saying, Nadeem is making me eat my words. I said he shouldn't come at number 3. He has. And he's making all the difference in the world.
Yeah, that was a wonderful shot. Not a bad delivery by Rahul Bhatia. But he's gone on top of the bounce and hit it through the line. Didn't try to go across the line, and that is where he's done so well. Tawdijaz behind the stumps. Sorry looking face there.
And very poor, very, very poor. That's going to be 5 wides, is it? It's going tantalizingly, teasing Lukman and reaches the fence for another 5 extras.
Poor bowling from Rahul Bhatia. That was way down the leg side. Trying to dart it in. Didn't get the line right, and, well, extras are piling up here, and so are the runs. 97. We're just into the 11th over, and, well, we thought this wasn't a very good wicket to bat on.
Yeah, 3 balls back, I was saying. It's 80 on board. It's 97 now, 3 balls later. They've got 18 runs in this over. Good ball to finish. In fact, still a ball to go. That's a long, long over coming in from Rahul Bhatia.
All those boundaries coming in that over. It's been a poor performance with the ball for Rahul Bhatia, playing his first game. He's still got enough time to make a comeback in the tournament. It's another good shot. Smacks it through the covers. Simranjeet does well. Only a single to end the over, but this has been another good over for the Blitzers. 98 for 2 after 11. Change the bowling. Well, I think Rohan Mustafa has realized that Nadeem is taking this game away from them. So he's gone to his ace bowler, Shehbaz, to come in and pick up this wicket possibly, or put a lot of pressure on him. 98 for 2 after 11. This has been a brilliant knock by Nadeem. Ali Abid on strike at the moment. We go through for a quick single. Beg your pardon, it was Nadeem on strike. Now it's going to be Ali Abid back on strike. 99 on the board for the loss of 2 wickets. After 11.1, Shehbaz has already picked up a wicket in his very first over. So this is the opportunity for him to pick up another one. For Ali Abid, I think he just needs to make sure that he feeds strike to Nadeem, who's looking wonderful. 40 of just 25.
I'm not a huge fan of rotating your bowlers too quickly. You know, Shehbaz, the way he was bowling, overthrows ensures that there's going to be an easy single now. Shehbaz is not happy about it. I think the way Shehbaz was bowling in the first over, he should have been given another over there, and things might have been different.
Yeah, probably Rohan Mustafa wanted to get the spinners out of the way as early as possible. With some dew coming in, these are wet conditions. That's the overthrow. Wasn't required there from Sagar Kalyan. And they'll manage to cross through, and that will give strike back to Mohammad Nadeem. 100 on the board in just 11.2. What a great start this is for the Blitzers. Oh, excellent delivery. That slower delivery deceived Mohammad Nadeem completely.
Yeah, very good ball. He's a very conniving bowler. Shehbaz, look at that again. Rolling his fingers just at the last moment and bowling it perfectly well as well. Had it been a little towards the offside, it would have been very difficult for the umpire not to give it up, not out.
And I think Nadeem was very watchful there. He probably understands that Shehbaz has been brought in to pick up a wicket. So he'll have to be careful here. Just hold back. He's got enough bowlers at the other end to target. Play him out.
Very nicely played. Waited for it, just opening the face of the bat, playing it towards third. That's maturity from the batter.
Yeah, very smart batting from Mohammad Nadeem. This is where you don't let the plan succeed of your of the opposition. And at the moment he's doing that really well, because they can afford to probably take the batting power play with Nadeem set out there. Ali Abid, the captain, very smart cricketer himself. And they will probably take that over, that power play over in the next over. That should be the plan, because then Rohan Mustafa would not be able to use his spinners, and they would have to probably come in the 14th or the 15th over, where if these two are still out there, they can go after them.
Yeah, that's a good strategy, good planning. We always make great plans in the combox. Seldom see that on the field. Nonetheless, yeah, I think they should do that. They should take the power play as soon as possible. Momentum is on their side. They got 18 in the last over. Although this has been a decent over, still a ball to go in this. Just 3 of it. And a swing and a miss. Shehbaz has mixed it well, and he's ensured there's just 3 in this over. 12 overs gone, 101 for 2. Umair Ali Khan coming into bowl here. He also has bowled just 1 over and picks up a wicket right on cue when Nadeem was looking dangerous. He's picked his man, Umair Ali Khan, and the celebration says it all. They are back in the game here, Thunderbolts.
That's a very, very big wicket. Nadeem trying to make room for himself and manufacture a shot here, played through the offside. And that ball just hurried onto him, skidded, and was onto the stumps in a flash. And that celebration. But a very good innings coming to an end from Mohammad Nadeem. 41 of just 28 deliveries, 3 maximums and 4 boundaries in that. Third wicket down, 101 on the board.
This was the last wicket. Wonderful comeback from Umair Ali Khan, bowling in the right channel. And that was an ordinary shot coming in from the batter Nadeem as well. Pretty ordinary celebration there from Umair Ali Khan. But I love his spirit. I love the way he treats his game, enjoys it completely.
He's a wonderful character, isn't he? And we all love his celebrations. Meanwhile, it's going to be Uzair Bacha to come in. First delivery. Once again, hurries on to him. So he's bowling quick and he's getting that ball to skid. That's a good sign, encouraging sign for Umair Ali Khan, who's bowled a decent spell so far. I think Nadeem just was over ambitious on that occasion. He was playing so well down the ground. Should have tried to go down the ground with shorter boundaries in front of him.
Yeah, still 8 overs to go. There was a lot of time for him to actually keep playing. And that is the match awareness that we have always talked about. He looks very good for the first 35-40 runs. And then that focus loses. Nicely bowled. A quicker delivery this time around from Umair. You normally expect him to bowl those cutters more. So this was a surprise ball from him.
Yeah, good delivery. This has been a good, decent over from Umair Ali Khan. Coming back to Mohammad Nadeem, I think you're right. He looks very decent. But if you ask the batting side and you ask Ali Abid, he's probably done his job. He was sent in to give that impetus in the middle to provide that momentum to carry through towards the end.
This is nicely played up and over. Not time to perfection, but still a couple of runs here as Rohan gives the chase.
Another good delivery from Umair Ali Khan. And Uzair was forced to play that shot inside out. He didn't have any other gaps to look at. Not a very convincing shot once again. I thought there wasn't timed well. But nonetheless, he's off the mark, gets 2 runs. First runs of this over for Umair Ali Khan. He's got 2 more deliveries to go. Oh, that's a brilliant delivery once again. So I think he's playing with the batter's mind here. He's probably anticipating that slower delivery which is not coming.
Very good last 2 overs here. And we pitched in an idea for taking the power play. I think they should discard it now. Because only 5 runs have come in the last 1.5 overs and they've lost a wicket as well. After that 18-run over, we thought momentum was going to be their side.
Yes!
Nicely played. Only for a single towards third man this time around. And that concludes another good over. Just 3 of it. The last 2 overs have yielded 6. And the score is now 104 for 3 after 13. Simranjeet Singh coming into bowl. His third over, he's bowled decently well, given away just 6.5 apiece in his 2. It's been 14 balls since the last boundary has been hit. And this is how strongly they have come back into the game, Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it's been a good performance, especially from the faster bowlers, Shehbaz and Umair Ali Khan. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery, but probably the height. No, it's been given. That is a big, big wicket, and the Thai 5 comes out from Simranjeet Singh. Back-to-back wickets here.
Yeah, back-to-back wickets and back-to-back overs. Let's take a look at it again. For a moment, I thought that this was going down the leg side, but the umpire thought long and hard. And umpire Umar decides against the batter here. And that's the last call. Uzair Bacha went without doing much. 3 of 6 deliveries. This game is wide open now. 104 for 4 after 13.1. Aryan Lakra is the new batter coming out to bat. A little too late in the order, if you ask me. He should have come in instead of Uzair Bacha, established batter, dasher of a batter. Good player to have in your side, Rashid.
Yeah, and a left-hander.
Shaba,
You
shaba.
want that left and right-hand combination to go for you, especially because Simranjeet Singh is bowling. He'll bring it into the left-hander now, and I think this is where Aryan Lakra can take advantage. But he needs to make sure that he stays there with his captain. They can't afford to lose another wicket here. Oh, that's a wonderful delivery, turning sharply into Aryan Lakra, who's played it in the gap. But poor running, will only be a single. This is not very good running here.
Good left, Paji.
Yeah, should have been 2 there. I think they didn't bring him in because they were expecting Simran to come in. Look at that wicket again. Yeah, very close and given out by the umpire there. So I think they were thinking about sending the left-hander when Simranjeet comes into bowl, a left-armer, or Rahul Bhatia was coming into bowl. We'll talk about that after this delivery, which has been played straight to the fielder. Oh, they were thinking about a run there. Never there. Never there. Good call not to go for it from Aryan Lakra. And that is the reason why I think matchups are overrated, Rashid. Because you just can't wait for a particular bowler to come to send in a batsman. It's about the game awareness, match situations, not just about matchups.
Certainly. It is about matchups, and at the moment, Ali Abid is winning this matchup. Gets that slog sweep in and plays it in the gap and gets a boundary. Much needed boundary. It's been a while since they got a boundary, and that was well hit by the captain.
Yeah, nicely played into the gap and gets rewarded for it as well. Aryan Lakra on 1. Ali Abid looking decent now, 15 of 15. And nicely played. Thinking cricket here from the captain of the side, Ali Abid. Taking a single right after a boundary. 6 coming in this over in the first 5.
Yeah, it's always a smart move, isn't it? Hit a boundary, get to the other end, and keep rotating strike. They still have 6 more overs to go after this. And this is where I think they need to take advantage of the situation. Meanwhile, that's a very good delivery to end the over by Simranjeet. He's been very good in this spell. 6 runs coming off this over and a wicket as well. 110 for 4 after 14.
Shehbaz coming in to bowl another over here. He's been brilliant today. Picking up a wicket. And this is also the start of the power play here. The batting power play, that is. They've finally taken it.
They're probably realizing that these two are probably the best option they have to take the power play. And they can't let it go too late. Nelson on the board after 14.1. I think this is where Aryan Lakra has to be very smart with his approach. He can't just go after Shehbaz Ali. He's not that kind of a bowler who you can hit just randomly. You'll have to take his time, in my opinion. Just take a single, get to the other end, and give as much strike possible to Ali Abid.
Oh, nicely bowled. This is up in the air. Somebody needs to get underneath. Shehbaz himself does the job. And he's been brilliant tonight. He's picked up another wicket here.
That's a very, very good wicket. And like I mentioned, Aryan Lakra didn't need to do that. He could have just placed it towards the third and picked up a single. Tried to go big towards the shorter part of the ground. Gets a top edge. Easily taken by Shehbaz Ali. That's another big blow to the Blitzers. Nelson does its trick. Aryan Lakra gone off scoring 1 of 3. 5 wickets down, 111 on the board.
Uzair is the new batter coming out to bat now. Possibly one of the last batters who can hit it big for this side. They've lost a wicket in the power play, that too very early. And I think Aryan went for that shot because it was the power play overs. Otherwise, maybe he would have looked for a single and gone to his captain, rotated the strike. So it's not always a blessing for the batting unit, the power play. It puts the batting unit under pressure somehow, sometimes, for them to score runs.
He should have negotiated a little better. Just the way Uzair has. Very first delivery he's faced was pitched up to him and he's played it straight down the ground for a boundary.
Yeah, that's quality batting, isn't it? You need to play down the ground for a risk-free cricketing shot. And this was much required as well because boundary hadn't come in a long time. And on drive, on the up, always a very difficult shot to execute. Executed perfectly by Uzair.
With 5 wickets down, and when you've got your captain at the other end, just feed him strike, especially because of the power play was going on. He's faced 17 deliveries, so he is the senior partner. Meanwhile, good spell from Shehbaz, slower delivery, picked up early by Uzair, and he's done the smartest thing that is possible, picked up a single after hitting a boundary.
Yeah, 6 runs of the over already. 2 more balls to go. Ali Abid needs to change gear here. 17. This is the wicket of Aryan Lakra. Rashid had a premonition there that he was going to do something like that. He generally has a few. So if you want to ask what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes, he's the man.
Well, not really. Doesn't work for me. Down the leg side will be a wide. So trying to bend his back there, trying to get that in-swinger going his way against Ali Abid. And he's conceded an extra run. He's allowed to do that after picking up 2 wickets. He's been brilliant in his 2.4 overs, Shehbaz.
Absolutely amazing bowling from him. Just that trying too hard on this delivery and giving away an easy run. He's picked up 2 wickets, 2 very good wickets.
I think they've been the pick of the bowlers for Thunderbolts, Shehbaz and Simranjeet. Both of them bowling very accurately.
And also the power play over is going their way. That is very important for the point as well. The bonus point would come in for whichever team scores more runs in the power play overs. The batting power play, that is.
Yeah. Combined 8 overs. Whoever gets more runs, they will get that extra point. And if they're on the same number of points, then it goes down to the boundaries. Maximums first, and then the number of boundaries. And if that is equal to, then it goes to which team has lost more wickets.
Well done. 100 out on 100. If you were taking an exam on these rules tomorrow. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant delivery. That rose from nowhere. That was a good delivery to end the over. Well played eventually by Uzair. Concludes the over here. 15 gone, 118 for 5 now. Also, there's going to be a change in the com box now. It's going to be Ahmed Khwaja along with Abdur Rahman Tariq.
Thank you very much, Faizan and Rashid. So this match is delicately poised once again. It's been a good fight back with the ball by the Thunderbolts, picking up some quick wickets. And Hazrat Luqman back into the attack. Final over remaining in his quota. Could be a super bowler option, depending on his progress. Bowled him through the gate. Pure pace from Hazrat Luqman.
And a good bowling change. Very good bowling change from Rohan Mustafa. He bowled Shabaz the previous over, got a wicket, then brought in Hazrat Luqman, his ace pacer. And he's crashed that middle stump. Ali Abid now out of the equation. And this is a good fight back from the Thunderbolts.
That was a true thunderbolt from Hazrat Luqman. Got the big wicket of the opposing skipper. Ali Abid departs 118 for 6. So the Blitzers are being outwitted by the captaincy and bowling changes of Rohan Mustafa. Ethan D'Souza, elegant, stylish left-hander. Coming in at number 8. That's much too low down the order for him. But this power play has backfired big time here, Abdur Rahman.
It absolutely has, but I'm very surprised to see Ethan D'Souza coming in at number 8, as you said. An opener by trade, or bat at least number 3. And have they missed a trick here, the Blitzers?
They have missed several tricks, I reckon. Oh, once again trying to pull off the front foot. That's not a good option against Hazrat Luqman, who is breathing fire tonight.
Yeah, very well bowled. And definitely a contender for that super bowler option, the 5th over. Something that the captains enjoy as well. You can use him for that power play and then keep 2 overs for the death or 1 over for the death. Brilliant change in the rules.
Edged past the keeper. Hint of width, and Ethan D'Souza has jumped all over it.
Now this is why I would like to see him up the order, especially when the Pacers were bowling well. Uzair Khan coming in ahead of him. So was Aryan Lakra. This is not a bad option to have at number 8, Ethan D'Souza.
Most certainly. And these remaining 4.5 overs, he will need to show some of that steely temperament that got him capped for the UAE. Very, very fine prospect. He's still a teenager. Ethan D'Souza. Oh, down the leg side. He's missed out there. Just needed to help it on its way.
Yeah, Luqman just struggling a bit against the left-handers. Has looked like a completely different bowler against the right-handed batters. 123 runs on the board. And with 4 more overs to go, they can still target that 160 mark. I think they'll be happy with that at this stage.
Yeah, they'll grab that with 2 hands for sure. Pulled away towards mid-wicket. It has the height. And there's nobody on the outer edge. So they will scamper for 2. Took a calculated risk.
Yeah, this is the power play. Just the 2 fielders outside that 30-yard circle. And as you said, calculated risk. Getting the 2 runs. He's on the move. Ethan D'Souza took a blinder of a catch in the first game.
Yeah, he's a very soft-spoken young lad. No big celebration. Just made it look routine rather. Nicely bowled on a length. Just those beautiful hands he has, easily deflected for 1.
Yeah, it looks like a natural in the longer format, the 50-over format where he made his debut. And a good opportunity in this 20-over format as well. With the field, at least he's caught the eye. Can he score some quick runs for the team?
And sometimes it's not a bad idea to put some young batters out of their comfort zone. It helps them evolve It helps them react to situations they wouldn't normally be in. Banged in and couldn't put it away even though mid-off was up. So a tidy spell from Hazrat Luqman. Will they think about giving him the fifth? 126 for 6. So looking at a score of 160 will certainly be a handful. But the way they started, I think the Blitzers would feel a tad disappointed with that, Abdurrahman.
Yeah, they were about 97 on the board in 11 overs. And then a fight back from the Thunderbolts. 126, 4 more overs to go. These are the fall of wickets then. The first wicket to fall, Shahbaz, unplayable.
What a delivery that was, Usman. Hard cut straight to point. Sharp catch taken. Hazrat Luqman with the big impact wickets. Shahbaz Ali, meanwhile, brought back into the fray. So let's continue with that fall of wickets. Just to give you a recap of the innings so far. Like you mentioned, they had 97 in 11 overs. Ali Abid and Nadeem were holding it all together. But then this rash shot from Mohammad Nadeem caused a bit of a collapse. Great delivery from Simranjeet to get Uzair Basha, who got a promotion. And Aryan, well, look away. He wouldn't want to see that shot again.
Back live. And outside edge. Dropped by the wicketkeeper, Dawood Ijaz. He's not a makeshift wicketkeeper by any means. He'll be very disappointed. So is Shahbaz, you can see from the body language.
Yeah, that was dipping on him. Not an easy chance. But you do expect at this level for that to be snaffled. Got squared up a touch, and yes, that should have been taken. It was a low catch, a difficult one, but pretty much standard. Shahbaz Ali, he's gone unnoticed as usual. 2 for 18, that's a fabulous spell. Another candidate for that super bowler over. Much better from Ethan this time, just using the pace of the bowler.
Again, one of those players who loves playing at the ICC Academy. Shahbaz Ali with the bat and the ball. Loves playing his cricket here. And as you said, just flown under the radar, hasn't he? 2 wickets for 19, 2 overs, 3 overs in the power play.
Yeah, another leading candidate to be picked up in the ILT20 UAE player draft. Genuine all-rounder in the truest sense of the word. Can bat very, very neatly as well. Or slammed by Uzair Khan. Couldn't find the gap. That was literally pinged off the blade.
Well, one bounce into the hands of the fielder. That's how fast it went to Anshtandon, who did really well.
Well, I'm going to give you a homework assignment, Abdurrahman Tariq. 13 players to be selected out of the 120 odd on show in this ILT20 development tournament. You have to look at the strengths and weaknesses of all 6 ILT20 franchises and make your 13 that you would distribute.
I'll see you at the ILT 2025. The homework you've given me is not easy. Slashed hard. It's gone into the gap, has it? Yes, it is. Very important boundary from the bat of Ethan D'Souza.
Once again, those beautiful hands. He is so good. Slightly short, slightly wide. And just undercut it, lofted it over that point fielder. Beautiful shot. So you've got your homework assignment. I'll give it till the end of the tournament. And your reward will be a cup of chai from downstairs.
Thank you so much. You know I love my chai.
Final delivery of Shahbaz Ali's spell. Good looking push towards that point region again. It's back-to-back boundaries. Yes, it is.
Oh, that is just pure class. Ethan D'Souza, touch cricket at its best, just guided it past the point fielder and it raced away to the bigger offside boundary. An expensive over, an expensive spell in the end for Shahbaz. 138 for 6.
Well, just to recap the wickets for you. in the entirety. Usman Khan was well set, cut away to point. Shahbaz Ali, pardon me, Umair Ali Khan. That key blow of Mohammad Nadeem. Simranjeet Singh rewarded for his consistency. And then it was the power play overs where the Blitzers, well, they shot themselves in the foot, to be quite honest.
Yeah, Aryan Lakra, as you said, must be kicking himself for throwing his wicket away. So is Ali Abid. They needed him to bat through the 20 overs. Rohan Mustafa coming into bowl now, over number 18.
Well, that was the power play. You had to bring your paces on. Off the back foot towards long on. And has that travelled? One bounce over the rope for 4. Uzair Khan muscling the ball downtown for a boundary.
Oh, this is a big gamble. Big gamble from Rohan Mustafa. Two left-handers, the shorter leg side boundary. And a spinner bowling the 18th over. There was a mention about this from Rashid as well. The earlier you take that power play, the later the spinners have to come in and bowl.
Well, what was that? That was a attempted bouncer from Rohan Mustafa. Uzair Khan mystified. And, well, they're all having a laugh about it. Why not? Well, it's another one hooked away, but no distance on it. And will be taken. Rahul Bhatia with the safe hands. And Rohan Mustafa gets his man.
Well, that first bouncer did not bounce at all. At least this one came towards the shoulder of Uzair. He's a tall lad. Just couldn't get behind it. And a good catch taken in the end by Rahul Bhatia.
So this move to take the power play early has not quite worked for the Blitzers. 7 down for 142. Well, it's taken his sweet time for Mohammad Jawahadullah to stride out there. He could have been timed out. He would have never thought that I'll have to pad up and get out there, but he's coming in at number 9. Quite up the order for him.
Well, that shows that they don't have a lot of batting depth. The Blitzers, and Rohan Mustafa will fancy his chances of getting this team all out quickly.
Yeah, he's got his wicket as well. Still has another over after this, so I think he might be expected to come through at the death. But when you've got the opposition down 7 wickets, that's a pretty decent position.
Oh yeah!
Bowled him. It was the arm ball right through the defense of Jawahadullah. And Rohan Mustafa is on a hat-trick.
Well, Jawahadullah just standing there, hoping that the umpire says, no, that was a trial ball or something. Have a look at this. Just gave himself too much room. And Rohan Mustafa, as you mentioned, on a hat-trick. Mohammad Jawahadullah, golden duck. The Blitzers losing the plot, 142 for 8.
So Matiullah Khan coming in at number 10 with Rohan Mustafa on a hat-trick. We've seen a lot of fascinating stuff in the ILT20 development tournament so far. And a hat-trick would do quite nicely indeed, Abdur Rahman.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what field he gets. Is he going to take a slip? How many fielders are in the circle?
Yeah, they're certainly Ramesh Shahzad in the vicinity. Is he going to leg slip or fine leg? Need to attack. There you go. Short mid wicket. A slip. Short extra in position as well.
Oh, yeah.
And no. Very nicely played. Orthodox front foot defense from Matiullah.
Oh, well done. Well done. Clearly a better batter than Jawadullah at least.
Yeah, he deserves a promotion.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Oh, inside edge. Over the stumps. He just about survives. 142 for 8 with 2 overs to come. So Umair Ali Khan to bowl the penultimate over. Well, Ethan D'Souza, he has plenty to ponder. 18 of 9. He started off well. But can he put the finishing touches? Can he carry his bat through the remaining 2 overs? There's not going to be a lot of support from the other end in terms of run scoring. Oh, has he edged it? Has he been taken? Umair Ali Khan has set off. And disaster for the Blitzers.
Well, he's going to bowl just the 3 overs in his quota. But he's made the impact as soon as he's come on. 19th over, Ethan D'Souza, the last recognized batter for the Blitzers, outside off stump. And just too close to cut. Good catch taken in the end by Dawood Ijaz.
And there you go. What do you call that? Only Umair Ali Khan can tell us. But now the Blitzers are 9 down, 142 on the board. Well, it's been an almighty collapse here for the Blitzers. Now we're down to Mohammad Zubair Khan, the left arm orthodox spinner. And if he's coming in behind Jawadullah and Matiullah Khan, that doesn't speak volumes about his batting ability.
Well, he's no mug with the bat, Mohammad Zubair. He scored some quick runs in domestic cricket, usually bats number 6, number 7. Very surprised to see him walk in at number 11.
Well, we'll take your word for it, Abdurrahman. I still doubt it though. And he's certainly going to be swinging for the fences. No other choice.
Yeah, we would have liked him to come in instead of Jawadullah against the spinner. As you can see, he just wants to go across the line. Not going to be easy against the medium pace of Umair.
Yeah, that's very true. Can he connect with a few? We've certainly seen some big sixes at the ICC Academy already. Not getting in line with the ball. And Umair Ali Khan smartly not pitching the ball up either.
And this innings, well, as you said, the Blitzers will be very disappointed. In the last 7 overs that they've batted, scored only 40-odd runs.
Yeah, they made all the right moves. They just didn't execute as one would expect. Slow delivery, toe end of the bat towards long on. It will drop in front of him. And nothing much more to that. So Matiullah, well, what can you tell us about his batting ability?
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, he is going to be heading to ILT22. Oh, that was a nice tuck off the hip. Abdurrahman, you've been doubting his ability.
Well, all my doubts have been cleared now with that single, Matiullah. At least he looks confident behind that ball.
Yeah, getting in line with it. That is the bare minimum you can do. Matiullah, of course, has been retained in the ILT20 for Abu Dhabi Knight Riders. Bowled really well in the inaugural season.
He'll have a big role to play here tonight as well. This game is not over. Or tries to connect again. Zubair and misses. A very good over from Umair comes to an end. Just the 2 runs and the wicket. And 143 on the board now. 144, beg your pardon, on the board now with 1 more over to go.
So it's going to be Simranjeet Singh entrusted with the final over. Well, Matiullah, if the ball is flighted, he is certainly going to have a dip. And why not Abdurrahman?
No win situation either way. Matiullah has a chance, as you said, to free his arms. Shorter leg side boundary as well for the right-hander. I'd say take a single, get Zubair on strike. I want to see a maximum from the big man.
Yeah, somehow I figured that's not going to happen. There he goes towards square leg, towards the grass bank, and 6.
Well, this experiment of Rohan Mustafa might just fire back. 150 on the board. He starts the over with a maximum. And this is not an easy wicket to bat on. 150 is a good total, regardless of how the Blitzers have started the innings and how they're finishing it.
Full extension, and he got the distance. Nicely put away. So the psychological barrier has been set of 150. Simranjeet, well, he needs to just bowl it a touch wider here. Don't go for the wicket. Let the batter do the heavy lifting, so to speak.
Getting a bit greedy, Simran.
Let's see if he can bounce back. Oh, he stumped. And there you go. Flighted outside his hitting arc. Matiullah reacted, ran down the track, and Dawood Ijaz did the rest.
Yeah, good comeback. Good comeback in the end. Matiullah showed all his cards even before the delivery was bowled. There you can see right there, charged down the track. And a very good delivery from Simran. Clean stumping from Dawood Ijaz as well.
So it's all over with 4 deliveries to spare. 150 on the dot for the Blitzers. And I think they will be mighty disappointed not to bat their complete 20 overs. Plenty of batters getting off to starts. Nobody really kicking on. And the Thunderbolts, under the shrewd captaincy of Rohan Mustafa, have done a very, very good job.
Their batters will take that 150 to chase down. They did very well yesterday. That's the batting card. Then Usman started really well, 28 of 20. And Kamranatha, Nadeem, while he was in there, 170, 180 looked like the target. 41 of 28 for him. And then that middle order collapse, just not working out for the Blitzers.
Yeah, plenty of stars as there. You can see a lot of batters in double figures. Nobody kicking on. Mohammad Nadeem, 41 of 28. Certainly should have done a lot more with it. But an excellent all-round bowling show. All of the bowlers chipping in. Simranjeet Singh, Hazrat Luqman. 2 wickets apiece for everyone, apart from Rahul Bhatia. He's the only one who's sticking out. There you can see they were 101 for 2 at one stage. And then unbelievably wrapped up for just 150.
Yeah, that's that middle order collapse. That's the one that's going to haunt them. Lost their last 8 wickets for just 48 runs, 49 runs. Not acceptable at all at this level.
So let's take a look at the highlights of this batting effort from the Blitzers. It was a blistering start thanks to Usman Khan. Early offense against the left arm spinner. That move didn't quite pay off for the Thunderbolts. Hazrat Luqman took a bit of punishment as well, putting a bit too wide and allowing Usman to free his arms. Kamranatha as well played a few streaky shots but got an absolute dream delivery from Shehbaz Ali. Mohammad Nadeem was looking dangerous. This moment when Usman Khan cut one straight to point, that was a big blow to suffer. Mohammad Nadeem, 41 to his name, as always going after the spinners.
Yeah, that monster 140-meter hit. And got a few runs against Simranjeet, who bowled really well against Nadeem. You have to say, this was the big over. The over where Nadeem cut loose. Rahul Bhatia, usually very good against the right-handers, just couldn't bowl well. And then Umair Ali Khan, how many times has he done that for his team?
Yeah, that was the moment where the collapse was induced. They took the batting power play, the floating batting power play early, but that only produced wickets rather than runs. Aryan and Ali Abid departing. Ethan D'Souza played some pretty shots. Uzair Khan, well, he got foxed into that dismissal. And when Ethan departed, all hope was lost.
Matiullah Khan managing a 6 in the end. That one towards a short boundary. The next ball perishing to very well bowled flighted delivery from Simranjeet. So we'll be going out for a short break. Don't go anywhere. The run chase will commence in a few minutes with Thunderbolts needed 151 runs to win.
Welcome back, cricket lovers. Match number 6, live from the ICC Cricket Academy. Blitzers taking on Thunderbolts. Well, it's been a good first innings for the Blitzers, getting to 150 runs in their allotted 20 overs. Remember, they were asked to bat first after Rohan Mustafa won the toss for Thunderbolts. And they've made sure that they came very strongly back into this game. The Thunderbolts picking up wickets at regular intervals. At one point, it looked like Blitzers would go on to score a big total, but some good bowling made sure that they are stopped at 150, and this is where Thunderbolts will come out and want to chase this down and get 2 points on the table. My name is Mohammad Rashid, and joining me in the com box is going to be Faizan Khan. Welcome, Faizan.
Thank you so much, Rashid. Yeah, what a good pullback from Thunderbolts in the second part of the innings. The first 10.2 overs, they had scored 100. And they could just score 51 runs in the next 9.4. So that was a very good pullback. But that is how the tournament has gone, hasn't it? There haven't been a lot of runs in this tournament. 166 being the highest score till now. We saw 150 game today, the first one, and they won it comfortably in the end. And I see no reasons whatsoever for the Blitzers to win this one as well if they put in a lot of hard work in the bowling unit.
Yeah, Jawadullah will be starting proceedings up against Sagar Kalyan. That's a very good delivery. Cutting him into half. He's got down his bat right at the last moment. He's off the mark. First run on the board for the Thunderbolts.
Sagar Kalyan is a very good batter. I would see him change his game plan just a little bit on these wickets. And I have no doubts in my mind he has what it takes to be at the main competition at ILT20. But he will have to prove his worth, prove himself that he's a batter who can bat according to situations.
Yeah, it's the perfect opportunity for a lot of these players to come out and give it their best. Well, that's another good delivery. Oh, that loud appeal coming in from Jawadullah, but that was going down leg. A good decision from the umpire, but that was a wonderful delivery. Look at that swing he's getting.
Yeah, certainly. Pitching outside the leg stump as well. No chance of getting a leg before the wicket. Jawad realized that right away. But he's a very good bowler again. If he can add a little pace to his armory, I think he can be a bowler to reckon with, because with his unusual action, it is sometimes difficult to pick him as well.
Well, that's where he deceives the batters. You don't, when you're batting in front of him, you don't think that he's all that quick, but that deceptive action and that extra bit of pace really helps him. That's a confident looking shot. Wide off, long on, and mid on rather. They wanted to go for the single, but rightly denied there by Hassan Isa Khail. Another very talented young man. He's been scoring tons of runs in the domestic circuit. And this is his opportunity once again to probably go big and get some runs under his belt.
Yeah, certainly. Talking about Jawadullah, I was talking to Ian Bishop, and I've tried to tell the story a lot of times, and something or the other has happened. So I'm going to tell it now. I was talking to Ian Bishop, and I was asking him, who are the bowlers that have impressed you in the ILT20? And he told me the first name that he took was Jawadullah's. And then, oh, look at that. Living up to his reputation there. This is why maybe Ian Bishop said that he is one of the finest bowlers in the UAE.
Oh, that's a wonderful delivery. Not a very good shot selection by Hassan Isa Khail, playing it away from the body. Very tentative shot there. Feet nowhere close to the pitch of the delivery, and he's gotten an inside edge onto the stumps. First breakthrough early in the innings. That's a setback for the Thunderbolts. Hassan Isa Khail gone on a third ball duck. One on the board for the loss of one.
left arm coming over.
Captain coming into bat at number 3. Rohan Mustafa played a decent knock in the first game, which the Thunderbolts won comfortably, riding on Ansh Tandon's 45 or just 19. They wouldn't want to get into a situation like that today, because not every day is a Sunday.
Yeah, 2 slips in place. That's a very good move, and quick single straight away is off the mark, and that's what you'll get with Rohan Mustafa. You'll see some good running between the wickets, and that's probably gone towards the square leg boundary. The fielder does well. Another extra run added to the total. He's gotten 2 there. Look at that wicket once again. Beautiful delivery, isn't it?
Yeah, good ball, poor shot. Feet going nowhere. He needed to get closer to the ball to get that shot going. And talking about that story with Ian Bishop, my follow-up question was about his action. I'll get back to this after this ball, which is the last ball of the over. Nicely played. Only a single this time around to third man. I asked him, should he change his action? He said, there's no need whatsoever. Who said a particular action is right? Correct. And I think I loved his answer. And I think I wouldn't ask him to change his action ever in the world. 1 over gone, 4 for the loss of 1.
It's going to be Uzair Khan to share the new ball. He's been a brilliant bowler, a very handy all-rounder for the Blitzers. He was also the man of the match, player of the match rather, in the first game. And he'll be up against Rohan Mustafa, batting at 3 of 2, and Sagar Kalyan run a ball single for him. Early days, and they would want to build a partnership here.
Good start to the over. Outside the off stump, swinging away from Rohan Mustafa. I don't know what they were appealing for from behind the wicket.
He's probably apologizing there. You're not allowed to roll the ball inside the 30-yard circle. He's probably trying to go for that run out. But Rohan Mustafa was well inside his crease, was he?
I don't think he was. I think that was good match awareness from the keeper Kamran Atta. Had it hit, he might have walked.
But a good start for Uzair there, bowling it outside that off some channel. He's got a slip in place, and this is where he needs to bowl more often.
Again, down the leg this time. Rohan, I think, missed out on that one.
Slightly quicker as well from Uzair. Surprised Rohan with that skitty delivery.
He's a very good bowler, Uzair. He can bowl with good pace. He can bowl those Yorkers, can change his pace as well. And a left armour coming into bowl is always beautiful to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, he's very deceptive. And that's what I like about him. He's got good match awareness. We've probably been using that word the whole day, so it's gotten to me as well. But he's very sensible. I like that about him. And he's been around for quite a while, so he understands how he needs to bowl in what areas, against which batters. And I think against Sagar Kalyan, he needs to be a lot more straighter, because Sagar Kalyan is very strong through the offside.
Pulls out just at the last moment. Lost his run-up probably. Heavily bandaged arms for Uzair. Maybe trying to protect himself from that whiplash effect that some bowlers feel while bowling a delivery.
Yeah, he's got that whippy action as well. So that could be one reason why he's bandaged up. Meanwhile, he comes to bowl for the first time to Sagar Kalyan. Outside off stump, that's taken the edge, but away from the fielder. That'll be a boundary, streaky one, but Sagar Kalyan will take it. 4 runs.
Ordinary ball, ordinary shot, ordinary result for a 4.
Well, that's ordinary with the result. They wouldn't mind those 4 runs. But yeah, we were talking about how he needs to be straight against Sagar Kalyan. Did induce this outside edge, but was way away from him.
Yeah, playing away from the body, not a great idea, especially on a wicket that's a little slow. You tend to play it in the air, even if you get it from the middle of the bat. And more often than not, you wouldn't time it perfectly because it is not coming nicely from the wicket. So not a great shot.
Absolutely. They've got 2 slips in place now, I think. That's very good captaincy. Oh, they've got a wide first slip. Probably the 3rd slip now. Was a wonderful delivery.
Brilliant ball. Much better ball. You need to bowl it there to Sagar Kalyan. He likes to get onto the front foot or rock onto the back foot and cut it away. He can play both those shots very nicely. But this time, he was in no man's land. He didn't know where to go, forward or back.
Yeah, he's very strong through square of the wicket. So he'll have to be very accurate with his line and length here, Uzair Khan. And he's done well after being hit for that boundary, which was a streaky one. Very unlucky to have those 4 runs under his name. 2 more deliveries to go in this over. Oh, beautiful delivery right in the block hole. Faizan Khan was telling us how good he is with that kind of a delivery. And well, with the new ball, it's even more difficult.
Well, yeah, certainly. I think if he was a little lethargic, Sagar Kalyan, he would have woken up from his sleep now with that delivery.
Wow, that was a superb delivery. Got his bat down just in time. And got it out of the block hole. Good delivery, excellent delivery. This has been a good comeback. Just 5 runs coming off it. 1 more delivery to go.
Good save from Sagar Kalyan as well. Saving his feet from pain on that delivery. Brilliant work. And this is another poor ball. Although it was quick. But it was down the leg side. Wouldn't get him a single. A good over eventually from Uzair. Just 5 of it. 2 overs gone, 9 for 1. Jawadullah to continue here. Bowled a very good first over. Gave away 4 and picked up a very important wicket. Hassan Isa Khail, who's back to the pavilion. Nicely bowled. Beautifully bowled. Expansive shot coming in from Rohan. Normally you don't see him do that up early in his innings. But he was tempted to hit that through the covers.
Yeah, he's a very busy player, Rohan Mustafa. So he'll probably try and take runs at every opportunity. That was a wonderful delivery, just moving away at the last moment. And look at that seam position. Beautifully done by Jawadullah. That's a very good delivery. Beating Rohan Mustafa early on, and that is where he needs to be for the rest of the over. Keep him on that front foot and keep him guessing.
There are some very good left armers in the domestic circuit, and Jawad is right up there, nicely bowled again, tucking him for room this time. Uzair is bowling from the other end. He's a very good bowler as well. There's another man who has a lot of potential, and I think, you know, in the near future, if he keeps on going the way he's going, he can do really good for the UAE side and for the domestic side he plays for. And that's Rohit Bangash. Rohit Khan, again, is a very good bowler. Hasn't been all that great of, great form in the recent times. Has given away a lot of extras. Isn't bowling with a lot of control. But I think one thing he has, and that's pace. Everything, as Wasim Akram says, can be worked on. And I'm not talking about our domestic Wasim Akram. I'm talking about the international ex-Pakistan captain, the great Wasim Akram.
Oh, that's a very good delivery. Has it taken the edge? No, the finger is raised. That was off the pad, and that is another wicket. Good bowling, persistent bowling by Jawadullah, pitching it up to the right-hander. And that's a very, very big wicket. Sagar Kalyan, he'll have to walk back.
Huge wicket. And a brilliant ball. He was a goner The only doubt I think in the umpire Umar's mind would have been, was there some bat involved? Because for a moment I thought there were two sounds. But I was wrong clearly. And the umpire was right. And he's given it leg before the wicket. Taken by Jawadullah. Sagar Kalyan goes now 5 of 6. They are in trouble, Thunderbolts. 10 for the loss of 2.
New man in, Ramiz Shehzad. He's the experience of the team. Comes in at number 4. They're a bit of a bother here. They've lost 2 quick wickets inside the first 3 overs. Oh, that's a good delivery. Excellent delivery to Ramiz. Gets his bat down at the last moment. He's got that ability to bring the ball into the right-hander, and very quickly as well.
Yeah, that is true. If he can bowl one away from the right-hander, that is the magic ball that I look forward to every left-hander bowl. Look at that, coming in sharply, right on the money. And even Sagar Kalyan knew right from the word go, I think. He knew that he was a goner.
Yeah, he was expecting that finger to go up. Was just waiting for it. Very sheepish look there on Sagar Kalyan's face. As soon as it hit, it's his pad. Meanwhile, what an effort this has been from Jawadullah. Ramiz trying to negate that swing coming down the track, and he's completely beaten there.
And again, even Rohan Mustafa, I think, knew from the other end that it was a goner, because the ball was going in no man's land. There was no fielder there. Look at that again. Swing and a miss. Not a great shot.
Yeah,
In
trying to
no-
go horizontal there.
Yeah. In no position whatsoever. So yeah, even Rohan knew right from the word go. He didn't try to take a single as the ball was going towards third.
What a good over this has been from Jawadullah. Just 1 run and a wicket in that. And that point, that extra point in the power plays, that is evading the Thunderbolts at the moment with the way they're going. Oh, once again, that is across the line, whiskers away from the off stump. That will be the end of the over. Brilliant over from Jawadullah once again. A single and a wicket in that one. 3 overs done, 10 for the loss of 2. I'll research.
Yeah, a lot of research required for Rashid. Because we are talking about left-handers. One of them is bowling right now.
Yeah, 2 great left-handers in the Blitzers side. Both of them very impressive. Not just with the new ball. I think Uzair Khan is superb with the old ball as well. In the very first game, he's picked up 4 wickets. Got him the Player of the Match award. So I think he's been impressive in this tournament. And he certainly has the ability to perform at the top level. The Premier ILT tournament.
I find it amusing the way a batter counts the fielders. pointing to every fielder. Counting as if he wouldn't know if he doesn't point towards that fielder. I hope he's not counting his runs like that. Oh, good save from the first slip. Aryan Lakra there, hurting his fingers. That was a very, very wide ball. The widest ball that we've seen in the tournament.
Yeah, that wasn't the first slip. That was the third slip. Good effort. Look at that. Way away from there. That was a quick delivery as well. Well done, Aryan Lakra. Saving a few runs for his team. I think just didn't get the grip right on that occasion. We've been praising him quite a lot tonight, especially Faizan Khan. He's in love with the left arm fast bowlers.
I've loved them ever since I saw Wasim Akram bowl for the very first time. Beautiful ball again, slower through the air this time.
Yeah, he's trying to get that control back. But you love when you see left arm bowlers swinging the ball under lights. You always like that. That's a very good matchup against the batters, because it's a very batting dominating game cricket is at the moment. So when you see some good swing, some good skill coming in, you always adore that.
And any left arm bowler, whenever he's bowling, you know, it's must for you to compare to him with the great Wasim Akram. That is the only picture that comes to your mind when you see someone bowling like that. The last one that he bowled, missing the outside edge of the bat.
Absolutely. That is the reason why they're the legends of the game. This one was played well, very confidently by Rohan Mustafa, but straight to the fielder. Matiullah Khan, another fast bowler in the ranks for Blitzers. It's a very star-studded side here, the Blitzers. They've got good balance, good fast bowlers, good batting all-rounders, good batters, good fielders. I don't see a weak link in this side.
Certainly, very good side. I like the Thunderbolts as well. They're also a very strong side. Got him on the hip this time. Going towards third, only a single.
Yeah, I think all the teams are pretty balanced. Just you feel somewhere that they've got that extra bit of edge because of the balance in the side for the Blitzers. Thunderbolts, like you mentioned, are a very strong side themselves. They've got good batting unit, and I think the only thing they might be missing is another fast bowler in their ranks. Express pace. That is where I think they'll be missing out.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. They have two very good fast bowlers and a medium pacer. But yeah, one express pace bowler, at least at the pace of someone like Umair, who's bowling right now. You know, you need someone like that in your team, who can put in that extra effort, can bring in those hard yards sometimes when it's required.
Well, if you see all the teams, they've got at least one express bowler. If you see, there are the likes of Rohit Bangish, like you mentioned, Uzair Khan, Jawadullah, Junaid Siddiqui, Zahoor Khan. There's Mohammad Zahid, Taimur Bhatti. And
They have Hazrat Bilal.
Yeah, they've got one express bowler, but I would want to see more than one in a team who doesn't swing the ball, would have raw pace behind him.
Oh, beautiful delivery. What a peach of a ball to end the over here. No answers from Rohan Mustafa on that delivery. It's 4 overs gone. Thunderbolts are struggling big time. 15 for the loss of 2. Third over for Jawadullah here. And starts off very well. There's some scared in Jawad's bowling as well in the recent times. So he's improved his pace. One more thing I'd love to see him improve is fitness. He's prone to injuries, Jawadullah. He needs to put on a little bit more muscle there.
Yeah, you're right. Probably needs to hit the gym more often. But that was a good delivery once again. I think not a very good shot selection from Ramesh Shahzad. He's trying to go across the line, playing with a horizontal bat. He needs to play with a straighter bat, especially at the start of his innings. He's played 5 deliveries for 1 run. And he needs to be very careful with the ball coming into him. That I don't think is a very good choice of shot.
And again, horizontal bat shot and missing the stumps by a whisker again. Jawad cannot believe it. He has a smile on his face. Ramesh Shahzad is very serious.
He's trying to get all his focus in, trying to negate that swing, but well, he's not picking the right shot. He just needs to go down the ground, play with a straighter bat, and that'll probably help him get that confidence if he gets it from the middle of the bat.
Yeah, certainly. He's faced 6 deliveries and he has not looked comfortable at a single one of them. 15 for 2. The target is 151. He's looking to go for big shots here. Hasn't connected yet. And now plays with a straight bat. He has an earpiece on with Rashid's commentary in it.
He's a very experienced player, so he'll probably have realized that he can't afford to go across the line with those horizontal shots. He needs to play as straight as possible, play it late, under his eyes, and just block a few. Don't try to take runs off them. Just get settled down, get that confidence back in him. He's a class player. Just needs to stick in there alongside Rohan Mustafa. And both of these batters, if they play till the 15th over, I can tell you that they have a very good chance of winning this game.
And edged this time to third. So still not coming off from the middle of the bat. Looking for the drive through the covers. And only a single. Runs coming only in singles. This is the 4th ball of the over. And the first runs have come off this over here. Jawadullah has picked up 2, given away just 6 runs into his 3rd over. I won't be surprised if he bowls his 4th over on a trot here.
Well, not very easy for a fast bowler to bowl 4 on the trot. So I don't think that'll be a wise decision. 2 more deliveries to go in this over. Just play him out. We've done all the hard work. Don't give away your wicket. Especially Rohan Mustafa, who needs to lead from the front. He's on 4 of 11. But what a bowling effort this has been from the Blitzers. Has been cut, but straight to second slip.
Ethan D'Souza there, doing a good job. It was going quickly to him. Again, I love the attitude that Jawad has as well. Smiles after every delivery. Brilliant attitude. Enjoying his cricket. Enjoying being a part of the UAE squad as well. And doing good there also.
Yeah, he's a wonderful character, Jawadullah. And he's made a mark straight away. What a great bowler he is. Oh, beautiful, beautiful delivery to end the over. That is a peach of a delivery, and that smile is back again. End of over number 5. 2 wickets down for the Thunderbolts, 16 on the board, and that'll bring a change in the voices in the comm box. To take you through the next set of passage, it's going to be Ahmed Khwaja and Abdurrahman.
Thank you very much, Mohammad Rashid and Faizan Khan. It's been a cagey start to the run chase for the Thunderbolts. Going at less than 4 runs per over. Quite surprising indeed. But Ramesh Shahzad is out there in the middle. Hard cut in the gap. Gone like a rocket for 4.
Well, he'll take his time, Ramesh Shahzad, but he's got the class to back his stroke play. Wide outside off stump, no second invitation needed. Crashed hard towards point for a boundary.
This man has a one-day 100 against the West Indies for the UAE. So you cannot take him lightly at whatever stage of his career. Look at that, beautiful hands. And that timing and placement was perfect. So Uzair Khan dropping it short and paying the ultimate price. Oh, this time fuller and wider, but smartly letting it go there. Even though he could have gone after it with that vacant slip cordon.
I think he was just expecting the umpire to give it as wide. Had a look. The umpire said no. It's just within the tram lines.
Well, a very experienced pair out there in the middle for the Thunderbolts. Sagar and Hassani Sakhel could not make an impact. Their form will be a concern for the men in green, especially Hassani Sakhel, who's had a quiet start to the tournament. Or trying to pull off the front foot. Didn't quite rise up as Ramiz was expecting.
Well, this is not the wicket to play across the line, especially to the left-hander angling the ball away. Ramesh Shehzad, he's got all the shots in the book, but you have to take some calculated risks here. The last over of the power play, and that power play point may be something on their mind. They want to cash out on this over.
Oh, absolutely. You're 200% right there. It's been way below par for the Thunderbolts. They would have expected maybe 40, 45 runs, bare minimum, in the opening 6. Just on 20. Oh, beats the outside edge. Good delivery from Uzair. You can see the game plan. It's just about the execution.
Yeah, it's very risky game plan as well. As you saw from that first boundary that Ramiz Shehzad hit. It is the shorter boundary on the offside. But so far, very well bowled from Uzair.
Yeah, he has a beautiful wrist action. Uzair hits the pitch hard. Can get it to swing into the right-handers in the right scenarios as well. Another very intriguing prospect for the 6 ILT20 franchises to ponder about. Can bat as well. Oh, what a change of pace delivery. Beautifully bowled there by Uzair Khan.
That's a quick left arm spinner, isn't it? Hitting the pitch and then gripping, beating Ramesh Shehzad outside off stump. Not a lot of bowlers can say that in the UAE.
Very, very nicely bowled indeed. There you can see the area, the strategy. He wants to bowl it across Ramiz, and he's mixing it up on every delivery, Abdurrahman.
Yeah, this is the pitch. Brilliant. After that boundary, 4 dot balls. Can he finish well here? Can he get out of this over without conceding another boundary?
Can he get that ultimate payoff? Some reward for consistent and good bowling. Final delivery of the power play. Steps out, big swing and a miss. Inside edge, they're appealing and it's been given. Uzair Khan has done it. He's got the big fish, Ramiz Shehzad.
Well, it's the frustration. 4 dot balls on the trot. And Ramesh Shehzad using his feet, bouncing down the track to the fast bowler. Not a good idea. Inside edge and a very good catch taken by Kamran Atta. You mentioned this, Ahmed Khwaja. He deserved that wicket after those first 4 deliveries. What a setup. What a champion, Uzair Khan.
And what a celebration indeed. He enjoyed that. The battle has been won by the big fast bowler. Thunderbolts 20 for 3. Well, this contest has well and truly come alive. 20 for 3 at the end of the power plays. Chasing 151 are the Thunderbolts. But the man in the center, Rohan Mustafa, it all depends on him now. Dawood Ijaz coming in at number 5. And we are going to see some left arm spin being introduced immediately after the power play in the form of Zubair Khan.
This is the big moment. He bowled really well in the first game, Zubair. Picked up a couple of wickets, didn't go for a lot of runs. And he's bowling to that big leg side boundary for Rohan Mustafa.
Yeah, that square leg is just below us in the commentary box. It'll be a mighty hit for sure. But the game plan is clear. They want Rohan Mustafa to go after Zubair and perhaps hole out. They have Ethan D'Souza out there at mid-wicket. A deep, fine leg as well, just behind square. And of course the orthodox long off, long on and cover sweeper. So here we go. Fascinating passage of play. And he's fired it onto his pads.
Well, these players have a tendency of embarrassing us here in the com box. All the ideas, all the tactics that we can come up with. And in the end, as you said, just bowls a rank delivery. This is the wicket. What a wicket it was as well. The setup, absolutely perfect, especially after he conceded a boundary. First ball could have easily become a 12, 13, 14 run over. But
Yep.
it was a 4-run and a crucial wicket over in the end.
And you could see the exhilaration in the celebration from Uzair Khan. Dawood Ijaz, hard cut. He's a very good player of spin. Very good player in general square of the wicket. Has that low center of gravity and plays those horizontal bat shots very well.
Yeah, very compact, as they say. Dawood Ijaz reminds me a lot of Asad Shafiq in the way he approaches his game.
Oh, very fine player indeed that you mentioned. Plenty of runs for Pakistan in the test format. Once again, Zubair. He's just trying to avoid the hitting arc of Rohan. But those are not good deliveries onto the pads.
Well, the singles are not a bad idea. They wouldn't mind this one bit. That required run rate, almost 9 and over now. And when you're chasing 151, what you want to do is get off to a good start there. Almost 10.
Good arm delivery there. Your mental arithmetic is spot on, Abdur Rahman. And yes, with that sluggish start, it is becoming more and more difficult for the men in green. Nicely bowled, some grip and turn. Just glided down to short third for 1.
Well, the man in the middle, the one that will be bothering them is Rohan Mustafa. Even though he's faced 15 deliveries for 6 runs, the important thing is he is still in there. They do have Ansh Tandon to come. So they have some good firepower.
They certainly do. Trying to sweep and pass the fine leg. Well, he had been repeatedly firing it onto the pads of Rohan Mustafa, and eventually it had to cost him. Goes for 4 and ruins a decent over. 28 for 3. So a fascinating encounter in progress. Matiullah Khan with the flowing locks coming into the fray. And we know he only has one mode, and that is all-out attack. He's not going to be keeping a lid on the scoring rate. He's going to hunt for wickets.
Just keep that front foot behind the line, my friend. Gave away 3 front foot no balls in the first game. In the second over, nonetheless. And Dawood Ijaz will be hoping for that one free hit just to cut loose.
And if he can replicate what Hafiz Almas did earlier this afternoon or Hazrat Luqman in the first innings, I think he'll be in business. Slingy, pacey, hits the seam, can swing the ball in the right conditions as well. And Dawood Ijaz will be challenged here. Should be a fun passage of play. Let's see which Matiullah turns up this evening. There's a good one and an evil one. And so far, it looks to be the good one.
Yeah, good delivery. Just a loosener, but on the spot. And Dawood Ijaz just pointing to Rohan Mustafa that the ball kept a bit low. This wicket, I have to say, it's such a nice sight to see this sporting wicket giving the opportunity to both the bowlers and the batters.
Yeah, that is one of the big features of the ICC Academy pitches. We have a lot of varying conditions and they produce absolute belters for both batting and bowling. And even the spinners have a big role to play at this venue. Pulled away over square leg. Beautiful swivel by Dawood Ijaz. And look at that fielding from Ethan D'Souza. I have to lift my jaw off the floor.
Ethan D'Souza. I think the number of Instagram clips on his name are going to exceed the number of boundaries that we're going to see in this tournament. This is unbelievable. He's a youngster. He's so quick on the field and he's got such lovely hands.
Incredible fielding effort. Look at that. Full length dive to his right. Applause in the com box from Abdur Rahman Tariq.
Just that foot, that back foot. No, he's done so well. Such great game awareness. Look at the coach behind. It's not just us here in the com box. The coach is behind him. Give him a round of applause as well. And he deserves it. Saves 2 runs for his team.
Well, that's why this teenager has been capped by the UAE. We saw the raw potential very, very early. Not just a dynamic batter, but an outstanding fielder. Oh, that's hit him on the pad. They're appealing. But I think it's just outside the line. I heard that noise and I had feared that he knocked him over.
I think it went off the thigh pad. That's why the umpire has said not out. Very high. Even though Dawood Ijaz is not a very tall guy.
Got in a very poor position. That ball nipped in sharply. And a very, very good decision there by umpire Nadeem Anjum. That clearly struck him outside the line.
A good ball. Very good ball from Matiullah. Coming into the right-hander. And Dawood Ijaz seems to be struggling just a bit. What a difference that 2 runs saved makes. Could have given him confidence after he got a boundary, but not the case.
It's all about those 1%ers, Abdur Rahman. Here or there. Attempted Yorker, got it wrong. Acrobatic save there from Kamran Atta. He's a character in his own right.
Oh yes, the moment he comes into the ground, you know, look at that. And even Ali Abid smiling.
Well, you know, these wicket keepers and fast bowlers, they always have to be, there's an expression, a few screws loose.
I'm not sure if that's politically correct, but it is a correct statement nonetheless.
So Matiullah, he doesn't want to be bowling too many extra deliveries. The humidity is energy sapping, even though it's early October. Pulled away again. Ethan D'Souza will be tested again, and he gets some assistance from Jawadullah. Butterfingers there.
Chalk and cheese. Jawadullah and Ethan right next to each other.
Well, at least the UAE lads are being put to their paces in this ILT20 development tournament. Matiullah is locked in for the Knight Riders. They had their struggles, but he was a very rare silver lining. And they'll certainly be hitting back big time in the next edition of the ILT20. And they've certainly boosted their fast bowling resources with this man. Bowling a good over so far. Flipped away and oh, Jawadullah again in the spotlight. What's happening, young man?
Well, can they have 3 or 4 Ethan D'Souza's in the outfield? That's what the coach and the captain will be asking. And just on the UAE players and the UAE lads, as you were saying, Ahmed Khwaja, the one thing that you'll notice very quickly is their fitness. Their fitness levels are so high. The Emirates Cricket Board and the coaching staff working very hard with all of them. They go through a lot of training sessions.
Oh, absolutely. The volume of international cricket, the UAE national team, men and women are playing, has grown exponentially. In fact, the UAE women's national team is in the middle of a series with Namibia right now, taking place at the Dubai International. Good delivery, good areas from Matiullah. A testing over, but so far the Thunderbolts have held strong. 34 for 3. So Mohammad Zubair Khan, left arm orthodox, will continue. Dawood Ijaz looking to get himself set. Oh, that struck on the pad. That looks very, very close. Unless there's an inside edge. I think that is what must have happened because they haven't even really appealed.
Yeah, I think he's got in the back. That's the only thing that could have saved him. Otherwise, that was plumb in front. Even the wicketkeeper not appealing.
Good decision there by umpire Umar Farooq. And Zubair Khan, well, the towels are out, so that does suggest that the dew factor is well and truly playing its role. That's what the spinners have been brought on as early as possible. Slog sweep from Dawood Ijaz. It has the height. Does it have the distance? Just about goes for 6.
Not the shorter boundary, and he's targeted that and delivered. Dawood Ijaz didn't get all of it, just got a lot of elevation and enough to get 6 runs.
Invited the big shot and he gleefully accepted. Like you mentioned, didn't make a completely clean connection. Pulled in the air again, but there's nobody at mid-wicket in the circle. So he's certainly looking to be aggressive in this pairing.
And Mohammad Nadeem maybe giving the captain a hint that he can bowl as well. They have quite a few bowling options, the Blitzers. And right now, well, this is where the pendulum will shift.
Well, maybe they could have thought about giving Uzair Khan another over just to get rid of Rohan or Dawood Ijaz. That would have really set the Thunderbolts back. But Matiullah, he's just fresh. He's in his spell. So, like you mentioned, they do have a lot of bowling options. The leg side again. I don't like this line to run Mustafa. It's slightly negative, Abdurrahman.
Yeah, he's very lucky. Rohan Mustafa is not going for that sweep shot. He's very strong. Square of the leg side. Just trying to hold on, bat as long as possible. And he's getting away with it, Zubair, so far.
Cut away for a single. So in the end, he hasn't conceded too much. Only 8 off the over. Pardon me, 9 off it again. 43 for 3. Matiullah continues. Hitting the bat hard here. Oh, Rohan Mustafa, where have you gone? You would have been gone for all money. Aryan Lakra with the despairing effort. And Rohan Mustafa had been sold down the river.
I'll tell you what, again, Aryan Lakra had a lot more time than he thought. He could have probably just picked up the ball and run and dislodged the bails because Rohan Mustafa had completely given up.
Very lucky escape indeed. That is well and truly a second life for Rohan. Dawood Ijaz, it is a bit of a problem sometimes running and communication with him. Beautiful off cutter. Once again a risky single. And this time Dawood Ijaz would have been going straight to the dugout.
Well, I'll tell you what, these 2 run-out chances missed are like 2 catches dropped in the outfield. There is a lot of time as a fielder to aim and to throw. Ali Abid this time had a lot of time. Look at where Dawood Ijaz is. He's not even in the frame. There was no need for that one-handed pick up and throw in one flow.
Yeah, he could have just straightened his back, gone overarm. And with 3 sticks to aim at, you would have backed Ali Abid to strike timber. 2 extremely lucky escapes here for the Thunderbolts. Steps out and hammers it. Good fielding at mid-off. Uzair Khan. Well, he's having a blinder of a game, isn't he?
Yeah, he scored some runs with the bat and bowled really well. Might be the option for that super bowler as well, the 5th over, with the way he's playing in the outfield at the moment. These are the 2 chances. Look at this. What is Rohan Mustafa doing? He was not looking at the ball, and there you can see he had a lot of time. Aryan Lakra, and then this run out opportunity. Again, Ali Abid just off balance. And they're very lucky they are still 3 down at the moment.
Banged in short, didn't quite get through. Yeah, Thunderbolts are just stagnant in this run chase at the moment. At the halfway mark, we would have thought 150, that's a stroll in the park. But full credit to Ali Abid and his fast bowlers in particular. They have really turned it on in terms of the intensity and the accuracy. Uzair Jawadullah and Matiullah bowling excellent overs so far, building that pressure. And the Thunderbolts look a little lost. Pulled, dragged towards that mid-wicket region. And you have one man controlling that fence, Ethan D'Souza. He made that double look a bit risky as well.
Well, the outfielding has been really good from the Blitzers. It's the fielding in the circle has been a bit of a question mark. Rohan Mustafa being made to run more than he would like.
Well, I think they're just all preparing it for Ansh Tandon to do his heroics once again. They do have a fair bit of batting, but you can't leave it all on one man or the lower middle order. They still have that option of the floating power play that becomes available in a couple of overs. Or down the leg side, poor delivery, but there is a long leg. So Matiullah, at least he understands his bowling well. He needs to have a deep find.
Yeah, just a single taken. Again, not good running between the wickets. It did go very quickly to Jawadullah. It doesn't look very confident when the ball is coming towards him. So you have to push it, push that first one hard, induce that error. A good over so far, just the 5 runs off it, 6, with one more delivery to go.
And they are well behind the 8 ball, so to speak. Required run rate is above 10. Rohan Mustafa being out there gives them hope. 12 off 20. But we know he can just flip a switch. Nicely bowled, slower delivery. The 50 is raised at the halfway mark. Well, it's time for drinks and time for a change in the com box as well. 50 for 3. And we'll hand it over to Faizan Khan and Mohammad Rashid to take you through after the drinks break.
10 overs done. 50 for the loss of 3. The Thunderbolts, they're way behind at this stage. Blitzers were at 79 after the 10 overs mark. And I think this is where the game needs to change for the Thunderbolts. They need to go big, and especially Rohan Mustafa, who's taken his time out there, 13 of 21 deliveries. He needs to now target a bowler and go after him.
Yeah, this is where the game changed for Blitzers as well. 11th over yielded them 18 runs and things changed around. So this might just be the over for the Thunderbolts as well. Single on the first ball. No intent shown by Rohan Mustafa again.
Yeah, good change coming in. Aryan Lakra has been introduced now. But this is a good matchup now. He's bowling to Dawood Ijaz, who's got the shorter part of the ground towards his own side. So this can be something that Dawood can go after. Aryan Lakra.
Oh, nicely played.
Oh.
Beautiful shot. What a shot. Both of us can't contain our excitement there looking at that shot. It was close to him and cut away perfectly.
Oh yeah, that was a wonderful shot. Bisected that gap perfectly. Look at that. Right under his eyes. Played it late. Behind point. He got 4 very important runs there. That's a wonderful shot from Dawood Ijaz. He's playing a good knock here. 23 of 17. I think he's the man who should probably take on the bowling of the Blitzers, who at the moment have a strong grip on this game. The required run rate is hovering around that 10-run mark.
Yeah, certainly. They need to have runs as quickly as possible. This might just be the over, as I was saying. Oh, got him! As soon as Rashid said that Dawood might just be the man, Dawood is the man walking back.
But talk about that delivery from Aryan Lakra. That is a wonderful change of pace, looping it in the air. That had the dip as well. And Dawood Ijaz, wrong shot selection, trying to go across the line. And look at that, beautifully done, right on middle stump. That's a very big wicket. He looked like he was opening up now, but it will be the end of Dawood Ijaz. He's got 23 of 18, a boundary and a maximum in that. 4th wicket down, 55 on the board.
Match winner from the last game for the Thunderbolts coming into bat now. Ansh Tandon will have to play another knock of quick fire runs here for his side. He's slowly but surely turning out to be the match saver and the match winner both for this side.
Yeah, he'll have to do that again tonight. But I think he can afford to take his time. In the previous game, he came in towards the end of the innings and played a fabulous knock. But here, he's got more time to himself. Oh, that's a good delivery once again from Aryan Lakra. Good effort in the field, but Ansh Tandon will be off the mark with that single. But this has been a brilliant bowling effort by the Blitzers. They didn't get too many runs. I thought they were probably 10 or 15 runs short of where they should have been with the kind of batting they have. But they have certainly turned it on with the ball.
Yeah, certainly. Look at that. Dip in that delivery. Playing all around it, Dawood Ijaz. And even then, couldn't get bat on ball. Down the leg side. Has been taken for runs. That's a poor ball to finish the over for Aryan Lakra. Why do I do that? Still a ball to go.
Faizan Khan gets overexcited at times. That was a very good shot. Deserved to be hit for a boundary. Aryan just straying down the leg side and easy pickings for Rohan Mustafa. Well, they need more boundaries to come in. That will ease the pressure off Rohan Mustafa and Ansh Tandon, who's just new to the crease now. Ansh Tandon, he needs to take his time. Can't afford to lose a wicket here.
95 of 56. It'll take a lot of doing for this side to get going here. And again, trying to cut it away and missing it. Good change of pace to end the over. Finally, it is. 11 overs gone. 60 for 4 now.
It's going to be Matiullah to continue. He's given away 13 in his 2 overs, yet to pick up a wicket. That's a good delivery to Anstanden. Quick single. Well, that would have been close if it had been a direct hit. Mohammad Usman Khan was very quick onto that.
Yeah, you were also very quick onto the name change. Well, yeah, good bit of fielding coming in from Usman. One hand pick up and throw in the same action. Look at that again. I think Ansh was taking it too easy for a moment. Look at that. Didn't drag his bat in, wasn't running hard. We've already seen a run out happening because of that in the first game today. You can't risk that, Ansh Tandon. You are in supreme form.
Absolutely another wicket here, and it'll be all but done and dusted for the Thunderbolts. Till the time they have Rohan Mustafa and Ansh out there, they'll still have that belief in them to chase this down. Let me remind you, it's not an easy wicket to bat on. So it'll take some doing here. And these two certainly have the ability to do that. They've got all the talent in the world. Ansh Tandon is in supreme form, and Rohan Mustafa got a good 47 in the previous game.
His bat says Spartan. He will have to play like a Spartan to win this game here.
You keep an eye on picking up those kind of words, don't you?
One man against the army.
Good delivery. Outside of stump, right in the block hole. Just played it towards the point region. No chance of a run. Yeah, Faizan Khan is also a one-man army. Comes up with a lot of puns. Entertains us all day through long.
I hope there's no pun intended in that one.
There you go. He can't stop himself. He's like a small boy in a candy shop. Once again, slower, but right in the block hole. Played drilled down towards long on. They'll pick up a single and they'll come back for the second. Good running between the wickets. And I think this is where Thunderbolts really need to pull their socks up and get that running between the wickets to the optimum.
Yeah, good shot down the ground, that one. Running hard. Rohan Mustafa always runs hard for the second. And a decent throw might have had him. So they need to make sure that they keep that awareness going. Who the fielder is, where the throw is coming from. Before taking those kind of runs. Oh, full toss. Oh, lucky. He played it a little too early there, Ansh. Trying to run for the second again. Good work from Aryan Lakra.
Yeah, that was a good effort. That was a surprise delivery for Ansh Tandon. He was expecting that full toss to come in. I think he needs to be on his toes here. Expect anything to come to him. That surprise bouncer or a Yorker, even a full toss. So he'll have to be on his toes.
Certainly. What a good knock he played in the last game. Player of the match, 45 not out. Finished it off with a 6 as well.
Well, that's all behind him now. New day, start again. Get another win under your belt, and that will boost your confidence. And that will certainly show the class of Ansh Tandon. Meanwhile, single to end the over, 12 done, 66 for the loss of 4.
66 for 4 after 12. Current run rate 5.5 required. Double of that. 10.62. It'll take some doing. It'll take more than an inch to actually get to that total. It'll take the whole team to make some runs.
Well, yeah, I think Rohan Mustafa just needs to make sure he gets a boundary every over. It's about a boundary and then taking a few singles and converting those singles into doubles. And that'll probably get them going. Because if they can go till the probably 17th over and keep scoring at about 8-9 runs and over, they'll still have this game in their hand with wickets in hand. They can go big.
I think they need a couple of overs, couple of big overs here. And if they can get that, that can change the momentum of the game. They will also have to decide at one point in time where do they want to take those floating power play overs, the 2 overs. And they should do it now, if you ask me.
Absolutely, with spinners bowling. And I've been repeating myself throughout the tournament. This is the phase where you change the captain's mind, you change his tactics. He's bringing in the spinners to bowl the 13th, 14th, 15th over. Let him take that a little more deeper. Get those power play overs in. Even if you don't get too many runs, you can get more runs towards the end of the innings where he'll have to bowl those spinners in the 15th or the 16th over.
Yeah, certainly. Nobody took our advice in the first innings. Nobody's taking it here as well.
Well, the only team who've done that well was Marvels. I think that paid dividend to them. Won that game quite convincingly at the end.
Yeah, you do not forget to bring marvels to the table sometimes.
Well, I like to praise good efforts. Oh, what a delivery. That's a wonderful delivery there. Kamran was ecstatic there. Thought that was the outside edge because he caught the ball.
Yeah, Kamran ran in with that one. He thought he's got his man. But maybe, just maybe, the way he's playing Rohan Mustafa, it might be a blessing in disguise for the Blitzers here, that he doesn't lose his wicket. Good work. Great work, Aryan Lakra. Since the time he's shed those pounds, he's got his fitness back. He's looking really amazing.
Yeah, very good commitment there. Diving full length and stopping a single from being taken to 83 required of 43 deliveries. I think Rohan Mustafa is trying to take the game as deep as possible and then just open up. That's a good sweep shot, but they've got protection there. Zair Khan will clean it up. Will only be a single. Another good over coming in so far. Single to end that. 13 done, 69 for the loss of 4. Mathiula to continue. 14th over, 69 for 4. Rohan Mustafa trying to go big. Got the connection, but straight to the fielder there, Ali Abid. He's a very safe fielder. And I don't think they'll take on his arm.
I think even Rohan is looking for runs here now. He's shown intent in the last few shots that he's played. And he should do that because he's not even going at run a ball. He scored 22 of 31. That's 5.1 overs that he's faced alone and scored just 22 runs of it. So he needs to up the scoring rate and do it now. 2 left-handers out there. This is a slower ball, kept low, nicely bowled. Even Mathiullah has a new hairdo, longish hair, looking a little meaner in this demeanor.
He's got that beard going as well. Looking very sharp. Meanwhile, I think it's about where Rohan Mustafa finishes his innings. That is where it will count. at the moment, like you mentioned, behind that strike rate. 22 of 31. He's probably playing at 70 odd strike rate. He'll have to finish somewhere around 150, 140, and that is where they can win the game. Well, this is played uppishly in the gap. That's running away towards the boundary. That's a very good controlled shot coming in from Anshtan. And 4 runs, very important 4 runs coming his way.
Yeah, very good shot. Back foot punch. One of the most difficult shots to play. On top of his toes here. And nicely played. Very, very nicely played. And that was a boundary that came in after 14 deliveries here. Big shout out going out to our producer Rafe for this stat. Thunderbolts require 77 of 39. Gettable. Still gettable.
Yeah, with these two out there, if you can back them. Meanwhile, that's been played in the air with a lot of intent. Good work done by Aryan Lakra. Will only be a single. That is excellent fielding.
Yeah, good work. Certainly saved a single there. We haven't seen a lot many boundaries. Ansh is looking good. He's on 11 of 10. Both of them will have to pick up pace here, and that is why it becomes important to take that power play over into consideration. They need to come good for that power play over. Couple of overs, in fact. And remember that extra point. That is a very good rule change. That's going to change the complexion of the whole tournament, not just this particular game.
Oh, absolutely. Teams will not rely on the net run rate. They won't have to rely on the outcome of other games. They will have things in their own hands if they are getting those points in. Even if you lose a game and you get that point, that's still a bonus for you. So I think that is where they need to be very, very accurate, and they need to make sure that they don't lose out on those points in the power play overs. Ali Abid and Blitzers, rather, did lose that point in their first game, even though they won the game. So he was very vocal about that point, that he needs to make sure that they don't lose out on that point.
Absolutely. Today they were on top in the power play overs. Oh, missing the stumps by a whisker there. Trying to go for that ramp shot. Couldn't connect on that slower delivery. And that ends the over. 14 gone, 76 for 4. As many runs required to win this game. 75 off the next 36 balls.
It's going to be Aryan Lakra to continue. They've still not opted for that batting power play. That's given Ali Abid a chance to continue with his left arm spinner. 75 of the last 6. Not an easy task here, but they do have all the experience and all the skills to chase this down. Rohan Mustafa comes down the track. Good delivery, good adjustment done there by Aryan Lakra, pulling his length back. Will only be a single here. So boundaries have evaded them.
He's a very useful cricketer, Aryan Lakra. He can bowl those difficult overs. And if he gets some assistance off the wicket, he can produce a wicket or two as well. And he's done that today already. Dancing down and got him, got the man. This is a game-changing wicket here. Ansh Tandon, the hero of the last game for the Thunderbolts, departs.
Yeah, trying to up the ante there, coming down the track, and once again, good adjustment by Aryan Lakra, firing this one in. And good work done by Kamran Atta behind the stumps. That was a wonderful delivery. Big, big wicket. Another one bites the dust. 5th wicket down for the Thunderbolts. 11 of 12 for Ansh Tandon. 77 for the loss of 5.
Umair Ali Khan is the new batter coming out to bat. A little too early in the innings in terms of runs required.
You've been a little too late.
Well, I think a little too early. Because it should have been 140 on board by now. 77 for 5. 74 more required to win this game. Good shot. Very good shot. Flat batting it towards covers. And no chance for the fielder to stop it. Starts off with a 4 here.
That's a beautiful shot. He's got that timing going his way straight away. Not a bad delivery, but look at that. Flat batting it and playing it in the gap for a boundary.
Very good shot. And a poor ball to welcome him as well. It was way too outside the off stump. A little short as well. Umair Ali Khan on 4 off 1. The score is 81 for the loss of 5. 3 balls into the 15th. And wrapped him on the pads. Inside edge. They go for a single. Required run rate now has crept up to 13 runs and over from here on in.
Yeah, that's a lot of runs required in the last 5. Remember, they've got the 2 overs for the batting power play. That might change the fortunes for the Thunderbolts, but at the moment, I think they're way behind where they should have been. Good comeback delivery by Aryan Lakra, similar to what he bowled to Dawood Ijaz to get his wicket. Very close getting Umair Khan's wicket as well.
Swing and a miss on that delivery. Quicker ball. Trying to cut it away. Rohan Mustafa is getting bogged down. He's not able to come out of that shackles that he's put himself into. 24 of 34. Down the ground and another single. He's calling for gloves now. Maybe that could bring about a change in his fortunes here. Doesn't look like it as of now. 15 overs gone, 83 for 5. There's going to be a change in the com box for the next 5 overs. Hopefully, they're going to be action-filled. It's going to be Ahmed Khwaja along with Abdur Rahman Tariq.
Thank you very much, Mohammad Rashid and Faizan Khan. 68 needed off 30. It's certainly not impossible, but it is improbable. They needed some fireworks from Ansh Tandon once again tonight. The Thunderbolts couldn't quite get it, but Rohan Mustafa out there in the middle gives them some semblance of hope. It's been a very scratchy innings from the skipper, 25 of 35. And Umair Ali Khan, we know he can pack a punch as well, Abdur Rahman.
Yeah, the last recognized pair, as they say. That's the batting card. Then they do have Shahbaz and Luqman. They can hit the ball hard and high as well. Right there in the middle, that's the problem. Ramiz 6 of 14 deliveries. Dawood 23 of 18. Hassan not getting a start. Sagar failing as well. All the responsibility on Rohan's shoulders. 68 of 5, almost 13 and over from here.
Yeah, on paper, those are some big names. That's a lot of talent in that top 6. Just not living up to their top billing. This man on screen has certainly done so. Fabulous spell from Uzair Khan this evening. Only conceded 11 runs and the big wicket of Ramiz Shahzad. And let's see if he can deliver the final knockout blow to the Thunderbolts. Well, I think he would be a candidate for the super bowler over as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. The new rule gives the captain the ability to bowl 1 over in the power play and then still have an extra over for your premier fast bowler. Just a bit of a hold up.
Well, Rohan Mustafa, he's a man on an island right now. All of the scoring, the majority of the scoring has to be done by him. 68 needed of 30. And could we have a thriller of a finish here? And yes, well, they've rolled the dice. It's time for the floating power play.
And all the responsibility is on Rohan Mustafa, the set batter. He's faced 35 deliveries Almost 6 overs of batting on his own. Umair has just walked in. He scored a boundary. The first ball he faced. It's going to be a different challenge against the Pacers, especially Uzair, who's bowled really well.
Well, let's take a look at the field here that Uzair Khan has employed. Of course, only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard ring. Very important passage of play indeed. Currently, I can see that the third man is up. So there is a deep square leg in place. And who will be the second fielder going outside? Perhaps a mid-wicket?
Yes, I think the deep square leg and deep mid-wicket are on the boundary.
So here we go, Uzair Khan into the piece. It's thrashed towards mid-off and it will be taken. Uzair Khan, the man with the golden arm. And he's got the huge wicket of Rohan.
And he gives Rohan Mustafa the Rohan Mustafa send-off as well. It's a brilliant sight. Uzair Khan, first ball off the power play. And Rohan Mustafa just not able to get any elevation. Good catch taken in the end by Matiullah.
Well, he's added his own twist to it. But Rohan Mustafa just couldn't get going this evening. 25 of 36. And is that the final death knell for the Thunderbolts? 83 for 6. Well, once again, the floating power play backfiring on the batting side. But this man is a skillful all-rounder, Shehbaz Ali. Like you mentioned, they still have Hazrat Luqman in the dugout. And we've seen him hit some humongous sixes at this venue. But they need something from Shehbaz Ali right here, right now, Abdurrahman.
You have to question the shot making as well. Rohan Mustafa trying to go over the mid-off fielder with the ball coming into him. And as we were saying, the set batter, they needed him to bat the next 5 overs. And let Umair Ali Khan, Shehbaz Ali and Hazrat Luqman express themselves.
Well, Shehbaz Ali has that opportunity now. Sliced away behind point. It hits the gap and hits the fence.
Well, the power play finally doing something for the Thunderbolts this time. Gets a boundary. It's a streaky boundary, but a boundary nonetheless.
Yeah, it was aerial for a fair while. Got lucky he found the gap. And just turned around and fetched the ball. No chance on this outfield. So he's off with a boundary. 64 of 28. Umair Ali Khan can strike the ball big. Shehbaz Ali can strike the ball big. Hazrat Luqman can strike the ball big. Now there's a change in the field. Deep third goes out. And he's coming around the wicket. Interesting move. Let's see if it pays off. Big full toss, sliced, but couldn't beat the point fielder. Another run out missed. Another run out missed.
Well, they've grasped, as they would say, 3 opportunities of run-outs. It's Aryan Lakra at point. And again, it was Shehbaz Ali who had just given up. He survived 63 of 27. Well, you'd back the bowling side to defend that total. But as long as these two monsters are in the middle, the game is still open.
It certainly is, especially with Umair Ali Khan. Big striker of the ball, but the pressure is on. Smacked over extra cover in the slot.
Well, I'll tell you what. Oh, you know, Umair can hit the ball hard and high for 6s, but this is a very good calculated shot. Very deep in his crease and goes over extra cover for a boundary. That over has started well. They've conceded 9 already, even though they've taken the wicket.
That was a beautiful shot. Clean as a whistle. And Uzair Khan perhaps just getting a bit greedy there. Going for the magic delivery. Going for the sexy ball, so to speak. The in-swing Yorker. And just missed the block hold. So good start here for Umair, 9 of 3. Chopped away, couldn't beat the point fielder. Could be another run out. Oh, and he's fumbled it at the crucial moment.
Well, I'll tell you what, Aryan Lakra is now telling him, why did you come in the middle? Well, because you've not hit the stumps 3 times, Aryan Lakra. You're trying to gather that ball. The bowler, just have a look at this. Maybe that would have been a direct hit. Maybe we can get another angle of that throw.
Well, that one is on Uzair Khan. That was a simple dismissal. Couldn't collect the ball. Final delivery. Change of pace. Nicely bowled. So they have got the big wicket of Rohan Mustafa in the over. 92 for 6. 59 needed of the last 4 overs. Well, they were well ahead of the game at this stage. Well, we have 4 overs left, Abdur Rahman. How do you distribute them? Plenty of fast bowling firepower in the blitzers.
Well, definitely 1 over for Javadullah. And then that's where the problem starts. Do they give Matiullah the super over or Uzair the super over? That's the question that he's going to ask himself. Javadullah will probably bowl 1 right now. And they have to gamble with the left arm spinner.
Well, they've gone to Jawadullah right here. Firm drive down the ground. Beats the mid-off for 4. Great start to the over.
Well, this game is not over. Not as long as Umair Ali Khan and Shehbaz are in the middle. They will be targeting that 1 over. That 1 over from the spinner is what they're going to back themselves for. Straight down the ground. Power play. 2 fielders in the circle. And he gets a boundary. Good way to start the over.
It was a nothing delivery in the end. No juice behind it and in the slot. And Shehbaz Ali smartly just looked to time the ball. Didn't try to overpower it. So both batters getting forced to their name early in the innings. This match is well and truly alive. He goes for it again, but just the toe end. Well, a single will do as well.
Yeah, 15 and over needed. So they need 2 boundaries every over, if not 3. And it's Umair Ali Khan, 9 of 5 for him. Shehbaz, 10 of 4. Again, as we mentioned, Hazrat Luqman still to come. He'll fancy his chances against the slower bowler. But Jawadullah, even though he's conceded a boundary first ball, he's gone away for only 11 in 3.2.
Bowled an exceptional spell today. Another one whose figures have gone unnoticed. He's bowled beautifully, especially in the opening power play. Yorker lengths beautifully bowled. Nothing Umair Ali Khan could do with that.
Yeah, just couldn't come under it. He just couldn't get the elevation or that bat under the ball. Perfect death bowling. This is a very, very important over. This will dictate what happens in over number 19.
Yeah, how many can they leave to the left arm spinners? All of that work has to be built up by the fast bowlers. And then you can perhaps take a gamble right at the end. Length delivery, but he's bowled him. Pure pace from Jawadullah.
Well, Ali Abid, I have to take your hat off for his captaincy as well. Could have delayed this 1 over for Jawadullah, but he's gone for the kill. And he's taken the big man out of the equation. It's Umair who has to depart, and it's Jawadullah who continues to show why he's been retained in the ILT20.
Oh, the Sharjah warrior has stepped up big time. Full and straight, crashing into middle stump. Umair Ali Khan promised but couldn't deliver. 97 for 7. Hazrat Luqman. Well, you did say he'll fancy himself. And lovely to see he's wearing his Dubai Capitals helmet as well. And he would fancy himself even if Shoaib Akhtar and Brett Lee were bowling in tandem. He's that kind of a character.
He bowled really well, bowled his heart out for the Thunderbolts. He'll be disappointed along with all the men in green. 97 for 7. Jawadullah with his tail up in the air over the fielder for a boundary. He's not going to die wondering.
That might be the shot of the night. Look at that lofted punch over mid-off. Once again, a bit too full from Jawadullah and slammed down the ground for 4. 100 is raised. Oh, that's brilliant.
Well, Jawadullah would not mind that one bit. It is the power play. They are going to go for their shots. Lots of gaps. All the fielders in the circle on the offside. But even with all of that, he's conceded only 9 runs. They need 15 and over every over from here.
Final delivery of the 17th. Oh, a short delivery. Well, he's asking for a glove and he's been given. Jawadullah. I thought it was an optimistic appeal, but it just kissed the glove and gone through to the keeper.
Well, I'm not sure what Hazrat Luqman is waiting for. There is no review, no DRS system here. Umpire Umar Farooq has raised his finger and I think he's done well there. He's just kissed the glove. The bat was on the handle, the one that has touched the ball right there. Yes, that's a very good decision. Very well bowled by Jawadullah. So even after the boundary, he's gotten the wicket. Yeah, he's saying it's off the glove. Well, my friend, it's out. 101 for 8.
So back-to-back wickets for Jawadullah. 4 for 15 on the night. His set of 4 is done. But he will certainly be the most promising candidate to bowl that super bowler over. And very interesting move here. Ali Abid has brought on the spinner in the 18th over.
Well, it's out of desperation, isn't it? He doesn't have a lot of options. And that is how important that 2-wicket over is. Somebody like Umair Khan in the middle would have probably fancied Uzair. But now with Uzair and Hazrat Luqman out of the equation, he's gone with Aryan Lakra.
Well, they're appealing, but there's a signal from umpire Nadeem Anjum. It's not a wide either. So it's just gone off the thigh pad or the pad. The umpiring has been absolutely brilliant tonight, Abdur Rahman.
Now, what a take there by Kamran Atta as well.
Even Aryan asked in a very delayed fashion. Lofted towards long on, 1 bounce. Matiullah slightly casual in the field, but they'll just stick to 1 for now.
And in all of that carnage, you have to say the Blitzers have done really well to defend 151. It's looking like a comprehensive victory at this stage. Rahul Bhatia coming into bat.
Well, this is what you would call a statement win, isn't it? I thought they were in dire straits after being knocked over for 150. But they've shown they're a high-class bowling unit. And the batting, well, the names in that top 6 speak for themselves. The likes of Usman Khan, Kamran Atta, Ali Abid, Mohammad Nadeem. So the bowling is in fine fettle for sure.
Beaten outside off stump. And another point to note here, Ahmed Khwaja, is that the Blitzers have picked up that power play point as well. Not conceding a lot of runs in the 8 overs of the power play and picking up a lot of wickets in the process.
Yeah, that +1 will always help. Bowled him across the line. And Rahul Bhatia, you were asking for trouble. And Aryan has struck.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ali Abid will be a relieved man. He might not have to go to that super over or super bowler. Aryan Lakra just tossing it up. Left-handed bowler to left-handed bowler. There's only one winner there. Rahul falls for a second ball duck. 102 for 9.
So we're down to the final pairing. Simranjeet Singh will just need to hang in there and hope Shahbaz Ali plays the cameo of his life. 2 deliveries remaining for Aryan Lakra. He'd like to wrap it up nicely with a bow on top.
Well, I'm just doing the maths here, Ahmed Khwaja, and Shahbaz will have to break the record for the fastest 50 to win the game from here.
Onto the pass, just straying down leg. Well, we've seen many thrills and spills in the UAE over the years in white ball cricket. Why not?
Well, what does he do here? Does he take the single and get to the other end, or does he go for the maximum against the slower bowler? Probably the last over that a spinner is going to bowl.
Yeah, surely he has to play the odds and farm the strike. And he's done exactly that. We go into the 19th, 104 for 9. Not been a great batting display from the Thunderbolts tonight. It was a chaseable target. But that has been the trend of the ILT20 development tournament so far. Bowling first has worked for the majority of the sides. But full credit to Ali Abid. It was not an easy task. And yes, Jawadullah, striving for a fifer, gets the super bowler over number 5.
If you're just joining us, don't be confused. It's not a power play. It's not a news. It is a new signal. One bowler can bowl 5 overs in their quota. And if there's any man who's deserved it, it's Jawadullah. And he deserves a 5-wicket haul as well for his performance with the ball.
I absolutely love this rule. Big fan of it. It's always been one of my pet peeves. We'll talk about it later. Jawadullah steaming in. He's bowled him and got in his fifer. Mohammad Jawadullah, 5 for 15. A magnificent performance.
And a second fifer of the day. It was Hafiz Almas in game number 1. And now it's Jawadullah. Now you know why he was retained in the ILT20. He is a special talent, this young lad.
And in the end, it's a thumping victory. Full and straight, Shahbaz Ali. He had to do something, but just too much pace from the left arm seamer. Winning by 46 runs in the end. That is an absolute hammering, Abdur Rahman.
Yeah, it's a big statement, as you said, a statement victory from the Blitzers. Early favourites of this tournament, the ILT20 Development Edition. And they have all their bases covered. You have to say pace, openers, middle order, a good wicket keeper. And then they've got the likes of Jawadullah with the ball, old and new, gets amongst the wickets.
And great leadership by Ali Abid as well. He managed his bowling resources perfectly to a T. And they've gotten 2 and perhaps +1 of the power play runs as well. So 3 points on the night. What a thrilling day of cricket we've had here at the ICC Academy. That is the batting scorecard. It was a slow start. It was Jawadullah who blew away the openers. Then Rohan Mustafa had to bat for time, tried to build a partnership with Dawood Ijaz. But once they took that optional batting power play in the middle, Uzair Khan picked up the wicket of Rohan, and then the middle order and lower order disappeared quite quickly.
And the bowling performance, other than those 9 extras, you have to say they didn't put a foot wrong. Zubair going for 17 of 2, the most expensive of the bowlers. Matiullah bowled well, 4 overs, 25 runs conceded. And it was the left arm pacers. Jawadullah 5 for 15. Uzair 2 for 20. And Aryan Lakra picking up 3 wickets for just 22 runs. A complete bowling performance from the Blitzers.
Oh, absolutely. And a thumping win in the end. Aryan, that 3 for 22 is certainly underrated. He came in when the dew was about and delivered. Here are the highlights of the run chase. It was a nervy start for the openers. Look at that delivery, Jawadullah. Picture perfect to a right arm batter.
Yeah, unplayable. Then was Ramesh Shahzad who walked in. That was the best over we've seen so far. Set him up nicely and got the wicket. Zubair just struggling against the left arm spinner, didn't bowl the right line. Dawood Ijaz took a liking to him as well, and then Aryan Lakra stepped up and got a peach of a delivery to get rid of Dawood.
Then it was just Rohan Mustafa hanging on for dear life. Just didn't get any support. Ansh Tandon tried his best, but the pressure was building. The required run rate was building. Umair Ali Khan started with a flurry of boundaries, but when the optional floating power play came in, Rohan Mustafa immediately got out, and after that, the Thunderbolts never really had a chance.
Yeah, Umair looked good while he was there. Got a couple of boundaries, but then falling to Javadullah's pace. Hazrat Luqman as well. Didn't see that ball. Off the glove into the keeper's hand, and that was the final wicket. The 5th wicket for Jawadullah. A 5 for him in just the 2nd game. Probably one of the highest wicket takers of the tournament already.
So that is the match summary for you then. Of match number 6, it was the Blitzers batting first, got shot out for 150 despite Mohammad Nadeem making 41 and Usman Khan getting into the 20s as well. Umair Ali Khan, Rohan Mustafa and Simranjeet Singh, 2 wickets apiece, but in response the Thunderbolts batting fell flat. The only Rohan Mustafa battling out there, Jawadullah, Mohammad Jawadullah, the Sharjah warrior, picking up 5 for 15. A fabulous performance as the Blitzers got a thumping win by 46 runs. They're at top of the points table. So that's it. Match number 6 done and dusted. Now we go downstairs to Faizan Khan, who is conducting the player of the match presentation. And before that happens, we'll take a short break and say goodbye from the Combox.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of match number 6 at the ILT20 Development Tournament. What a game this was. 150 were scored in the first innings and they won comfortably by 46 runs eventually. So it's time for the player of the match ceremony, and to my left is Mr. Iftikhar Ali, the match referee, and this one goes out for a brilliant 5-wicket haul for Jawadullah. Jawad, can you please join us here? Jawadullah bowled 4.1 overs. He was also the super bowler. Picked up 5 wickets, giving away just 15 runs, almost unplayable today. जवाद, बहुत कमाल की परफॉर्मेंस आज आपकी रही है, बहुत मज़ा आया देखकर। क्या डिफरेंट किया आपने, क्या चल रहा था दिमाग में जब आप डिफेंड करने आए थे 150?
औज़ुबिल्लाहिमिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। पहले तो अल्लाह पाक का लाख लाख शुक्र है, शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। आज जो ऐसा विकेट था, मैं 2-3 बॉल की तो बॉल हिल रहा था, एंग स्विंग बहुत हो रहा था, तो मैं ज़्यादातर ये कोशिश कर रहा था मैं विकेट पे जाऊँ, और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बस जो 2-3 ओवर थे हमारे उसमें दो विकेट मिल गए।
जवाद, कुछ वक्त पहले तक आप स्ट्रगल कर रहे थे अपनी फिटनेस को लेकर, अब कैसा फील कर रहे हैं?
जी बहुत ये अज़हर भाई का बहुत हमारा जो ट्रेनर है उसका बहुत मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ, जो हम लोगों पे बहुत मेहनत कर रहे हैं।
तो किस तरह से काम किया अपनी फिटनेस पर? व्हाट इज़ इट जो अलग है अब?
जी वो बहुत ज़्यादा, मतलब ये स्प्रिंट वगैरह ऐसा बहुत एक्सरसाइज है ये हम लोग पे कर रहा है।
ऑल राइट, आप ज़्यादा बात नहीं करना चाहते मुझसे, इसलिए मैं जाने दूंगा आपको। थैंक यू सो मच जवाद, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस एंड ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर द रिमाइंडर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट।
थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू।
Well, that was Jawadullah. He is the player of the match today. We have 2 more matches lined up for tomorrow, and I need to take a look at that. So it's going to be ILT20 Dynamos versus Marvels, and Blitzers once again will play against the Pearls. Those are the 2 games tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, it's goodbye. God bless.